later on, years later, when revelation would take too long, your prophet would want to throw himself off of a cliff top. That you're confusing two completely different things.
It's actually months. It's actually only weeks or months later, according to Ibn Hajar.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Even if that were true, it's still irrelevant because these revelations took a period of 23 plus years, right?
Yep.
And his contemporaries made it clear that every time there was too much of a gap in between those revelations in that 23-year span that he wanted to throw himself off of a cliff. But again, that's not what we're talking about, brother, because you have yet to provide. You agreed that Muhammad would not have forgotten to tell Aisha that portion of the story. So then Ibn Hisham is a liar. Bro, he went to Wadaka for an identification. How the hell would Wadaka know? Wadaka wasn't there. But he still offered an identification. And whether he was wrong or Muhammad was wrong or they were both wrong, they're both wrong. Because we know for a fact that whoever made the identification, it was incorrect. But then now you're saying, on top of that, we're supposed to trust the writings of Ibn Ashaq and subsequently Ibn Hisham, who are pulling these things from hadith that are rated da'if, and saying, by the way, the angel did identify himself. Muhammad just forgot to tell that portion of the account to Aisha. Makes absolutely no sense, bro. No sense whatsoever. He never revealed himself. Z, I implore you to give me anything where it says that Gabriel revealed himself. Please, I'll wait. I will sit here and wait. Because I
mean,
honestly
I told
feel...
you, but you said it wasn't... You told me it wasn't authentic, so like...
Well, here's the thing. Do you... Brother, was Ibn Hisham alive when Muhammad was alive? Did Ibn Hisham even know Muhammad?
Nope.
Okay. How would he have gotten this information that Gabriel revealed himself?
He would get it from likely oral, how do I say it? Orally passed down.
Exactly. So now that's great, because who knew him better, Aisha or Ibn Hisham?
Aisha.
In Aisha's story, in her account, was there an identification? In Sahih Muslim or Bukhari, was there an identification?
Nope.
What are we talking about then, bro? Listen, I'm not trying to hand wave it away just to be a bastard. I'm actually trying to help you out. I even granted you. I said, okay, then should we believe Ibn Hisham? Ibn Hisham was a Muslim, right?
Yep.
Okay. Is he allowed to contradict Aisha and or Muhammad?
It doesn't seem like a contradiction, but no, he's not.
Okay. Here. If you tell a story, and you tell a story making it clear that you had to go get an identification, you acknowledged earlier that if you have to go seeking one, it's more than likely because one was not provided. Someone else comes along 200 years later, recounts your story, and inserts, oh yeah, there was an identification. Really? Then why the hell for 200 years did we not know about it? Except here's the problem. You know why Ibn Hisham put that in there? I'm going to tell you from a historical standpoint why he did. Because the assumption had already been made, brother. That's why. Because Ibn Hisham looked at the Quran, looked at the hadiths that existed at the time, and assumed, just like your prophet did, that this was Gabriel. That's why it's in parentheses in Sahih al-Bukhari 4953. Z, you have used logic to show everyone that you're answering these questions honestly, but you're not putting it together, brother. And I get it, man. I get it. I know why. I know that this is probably jarring for you and you're trying to make sense of it. But this is not me writing this. This is not me making this up. I'm just asking you questions based on what I have read and studied from your source material. That's it. That's all I'm doing. And from your source material, I'm seeing, especially from a comparative lens, that this identification was flawed.
I don't want to break or anything, but like I've went through this a lot.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to. It's like I'm not rethinking my religion or anything, because I see a lot of people trying to convert me in the comments or something.
Brother,
I'm here to listen, and that's it. I'm not here to argue or anything.
No, why not? Brother, I'm just having a
and-
conversation with you. If you don't want to follow Christ, you don't got to follow. You know why that doesn't bother me? When Jesus Christ walked on earth, he was literally perfect, even by the admission of his own enemies. And people still didn't follow him. If people didn't follow the living God while he was on earth, why is it saying he's got to reconnect? Give me a second. I don't know if it's yeah. If people didn't follow the living God while he was on earth, and he is perfect, believe me when I tell you, I have no reason to get offended when you don't listen to me, who is not even remotely close to perfect. That's not my thing. How God decides to move in your life, that's between you and him, right? I can't tell God how to do things. I can only give you the message as well as I can give it to you. And I can tell you right now that you're going to Ibn Hisham, which is what's necessary to do for that is to accept that he's openly contradicting. He's basically saying, I'm going to tell you that he identified himself. How the hell would Ibn Hisham know, bro? You admitted that if Muhammad did not give it, if Muhammad didn't say it, then it likely didn't happen. Why the hell would we listen to a guy who didn't even know Muhammad's great-grandchildren?
The majority of scholars, they don't see it as a contradiction. It's just a mistake on his timeline.
Okay, explain.
But they do consider the event actually happening. They just say that he compressed it. So they do say he's incorrect in regards that it happened before, but it did. They do assure that the identification did happen after the long pause of revelation.
Great. Give me one scholar. Give me one writing. Give me something. Show me. I'll bring it up on my screen. I'm fully transparent here. I will show everybody that I'm incorrect.
So Ibn Hajar says this in his Fatih al-Bari.
What's the
volume
number?
1. It's volume 1, book 1. It's called the Book of Revelation.
Okay. What's his name?
Ibn Hajar.
Isn't he the same Fatal Bari Ibn Hajar who said Aisha used to play with dolls?
Yeah.
And she was prepubescent? Yeah. What does he say, though, in this case?
According to this, it says Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani does not argue that Gabriel identified himself during the first encounter in the cave. Rather, in his commentary on the opening hadith of Sahih al-Bukhari, he follows the hadith itself where the identification comes from Waraka ibn Nawfal. So what this is telling us, Z, is that Ibn Hajar is actually basing his commentary on what we are already reading, which is Sahih al-Bukhari, which already puts you back into just the same vicious circle, brother. So this is already saying it. His commentary is just based off commentary that exists, and we know that in that commentary, this identification was not made.
Yeah, but he argues that it happened later instead, the identification.
It doesn't say. It says the sequence is the being appears. There is, however, an important distinction. Some later reports found in early Sirah works, such as those attributed to Ibn Ashaq, which we have discussed at length, preserved through Ibn Hisham and in Al-Tabari, describe a subsequent appearance after Muhammad left the cave, where the figure says, "O Muhammad, you are the messenger of Allah, and I am Gabriel." Unfortunately for you, brother, this is exactly what DOC was talking about, and she actually brought receipts showing that these hadiths are rated da'if and that this never actually happened, nor could they be substantiated, nor chain of narration, nor were these words actually in there. So the further down the rabbit hole you go, and the more threads you start pulling at, everything just starts kind of falling apart. What you have, brother, are later commentators who are making claims based on a presupposition, just like the Quran does. Yes, my love, how are you?
To see my phone.
You want the phone? Oh, get the tablet. I gave you my tablet. It's in the kitchen. So yeah, Z, I don't know. I don't know, brother. I mean, I don't know how many more ways based on your own admissions that we can make it clear that your prophet wasn't really speaking to the real angel Gabriel, brother.
I mean, of course, you wouldn't accept the knowledge of the scholars, but
No,
like,
it's not, bro.
to
It's not
me-
about the
to me
knowledge
it
of the
does.
scholars. That your own hadith rating system are the ones that made it clear that this was not trustworthy. It's rated da'if. I didn't rate it. I wasn't even alive when they rated this.
Ibn Hajar doesn't use Daif hadith.
Right.
So
So Ibn Hajar uses Sahih al-Bukhari, which we have been discussing for the last 38 minutes. And in Sahih al-Bukhari, it's actually worse because it's making it clear that it's saying this is the angel that God sent to Moses. Well, unfortunately, we read Exodus and we know that the angel of the Lord is God. It's not Gabriel. There's no way for you to reconcile this. So Ibn Hajar is not saying that there was an identification. He's actually just giving his narration based on, look, it even gives a sequence. The being appears in a cave. It commands Muhammad to read. It squeezes him 3 times. Muhammad leaves terrified, thinking something terrible happened. Khadijah takes him to Waraka. Waraka says this is the same Namis whom Allah sent to Musa. That's what he based his commentary off of. Exactly what we're reading. I see all you guys on Video Ninja. We'll get to you guys in a second.
I mean, I'd have to pull that up when I'm not on the live because I don't have another device right now.
No worries, brother.
But I'd have to go look at it.
Yeah, for sure. Do a little studying and research on it, brother, and come back whenever you're ready to discuss it again.
Yeah, sure.
All right, thanks, brother. Appreciate you coming up. God bless.
Yeah, bless up.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that conversation, guys, but I do appreciate him. I do, because you know what? He actually engaged, and he said that he's not afraid to defend Islam. And he did exactly that. This is the first conversation we had today where we didn't have a guy trying to shift to Christianity, that we didn't have him trying to lie about. I mean, sure, the stuff that he brought forth, are they taught that the identification is made there? Yes, absolutely. However, by his own admission, he makes it clear that Muhammad would not have forgotten. I mean, here, maybe I'm being unreasonable. George, would Muhammad have forgotten to tell Aisha that Gabriel identified himself, whether inside or outside of the cave? Would he have forgotten this? Would he have forgotten to tell her this?
Until the better question is, would he have forgotten to tell this to anyone until his last breath?
Exactly.
And the answer is no.
Harvest, if you go through something like this, are you going to forget that at some point inside or outside of the cave, he revealed himself to be Gabriel? Are you going to forget? Is that something you're just not going to tell in your narration? No?
Being a female, we tell everything.
Okay.
We tell all the details.
So if you feel like you're cold and something terrible had happened and you felt humiliated and the person told you who they were, that's something you're going to include in the story, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, Jay, is it likely that Muhammad just simply forgot to tell Aisha that Gabriel identified himself?
Nope.
Okay. Because then you still have to reconcile that later Muhammad, right, got and asked Waraka again, and Waraka got it incorrect as well, right? So you see how this story starts falling apart real fast, guys?
I do have a comment about that interaction you had with him. It wasn't exciting because Harvest fell asleep and it got boring. We want action. We want we want Jerry Springer.
Yeah, I know.
It put everybody to sleep.
I know.
And not me. I was very attentive, as always.
No, yeah. It is. What Jay is saying is true, guys. It is unfortunate that we do live in an age where, if I release a video where I'm not getting on somebody, it may not get as many clicks. That's okay. Listen, guys, my clicks are not for YouTube. My clicks are not for TikTok. My taps are not for TikTok. My taps and clicks are for heaven. All right.
Amen.
I don't care. I know who Brother Maverick was last year, and I know who I am now. But I've only grown through the grace of God. Okay. There's not a reason for me to get mad at Z and start yelling at him. Because, guys, this is what they're taught their entire lives. You're not going to undo this crap in one conversation. You're not.
No.
You're not. That is what the Holy Spirit is for. That is what Jesus Christ is for. That is what the Father is for. Don't think for a second that we have that power. The only thing we can do is plant the seed. And what did Jesus tell the disciples? That where you cast your seeds, right, then not all seeds would grasp. That some were going to land where they would not grow. And that is not for you to know. We don't have a mind that has the capacity to understand the way things move after a conversation that we have with someone. All we can do is pray that it is edifying and pleasing to the Lord and move on to the next. Jesus is king, baby.
Paul also said, some plant, some water, but it is God who gives the increase.
Amen.
So you're planting those seeds were beautiful today, and God is going to give the increase.
Amen. Amen. In God's name, he will do what he chooses to do. Hey, Dom, you don't gotta sit in the if you don't got nothing to do, bro, you can come on. You ain't gotta sit in the bleachers, man. You ain't gotta sit in the bleachers. The Orthodox bros are always welcome up here. All right, man. Peace, especially. Peace be hopping in now. Peace is too busy. Peace is busy for us, y'all.
Baba, assalamu alaikum. You know I'm always multitasking.
I know. I got you. Yeah, well, yeah. I know you're in and out. And plus, it's a vacation time too, so I know you and Bear are very very busy.
Right now.
Are you?
I'm scuba diving.
Let's go.
I'm out here
Let's go. We're scuba diving with you.
Okay.
Getting some other
Finally, we won't be
coins,
falling asleep.
Let's go.
Finally, we will not be going to sleep because Peace is here. She's going to provide the spice.
She might. She usually does.
Nah, you already
Yeah, the
got
Fonte.
Maverick for that.
No. I can't give.
We need Puerto Rican spice.
That's what I'm saying though. But like,
You know?
that's what I was telling you. Like, Peace gets the money back guarantee concessions, bro. 2 questions is over. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? That's like a 3-minute video. Ain't nobody gonna watch that. YouTube wants 10 minutes or longer, bro. Her concessions are too fast. We got. Oh, you know what, guys? Real quick before we move on to the next one, huge shout outs to our brother, your favorite Arab, for the $50 donation, bringing us to Matthew 15 already, guys. Absolutely goated. Appreciate you, your favorite Arab, for the donation, man. Let me go ahead and write 15. I just did one the other day. I was lonely, nobody showed up, but you know what? It's on there in the Discord if you guys want to check it out. Little boy, if you don't stop chewing my shoes, man. Yeah, guys, thank you so much, your favorite Arab, and also thank you for the flow state from Believe and Be Saved, sent the flow state sticker. Thank you so much, guys. You guys are absolutely golden, man. Yeah, I really do appreciate that. Your favorite Arab, bro, I don't know, man. You're gonna have to text me or something and let me know what it is you're doing for work, because I need to get on that. I need to get on it. My man is in here.
Minister Maverick, you look like you should. That dog's name should be Snoopy.
His name is Kobe.
He looks like a Snoopy.
His name is Kobe. I wanted to call him
Kobe.
And well, he came with that name, so we didn't change it. His name is Kobe. So I call him either Kobe Bryant or Kobayashi Maru. Right?
Kobe's cute.
Yeah. He's a pain in the butt.
Maverick.
What's up, bro?
Man,
What's up, Dom? You accidentally muted yourself.
my fault.
No, you good.
Yo, you were doing some things that I've never seen on this TikTok app before. The other day, you had somehow, some way, like everybody was the host. It was like you, Nick, Rare, Reed, everybody was the host. And I was like, when they do this? What kind of TikTok setup he got? I would love to be a part of that next time you do that, bro. That's super cool.
Bro, I didn't have I don't have your number. So I had texted everybody for a while, but yeah, I didn't have your number. So I was like, man, because I invited the Word and I as well. I invited Sig. Sig couldn't come by because he was busy with some work stuff. The Word and I was doing street preaching that day, and I did want to have at least one more person. But you know what? I'm kind of glad. First of all, I'll happily show you how to do it. It's actually not that difficult. It's just like one browser source you add, and then that's really it. I do have a system, but yeah, I'll call you or video call you one day and I can show you how it's done. It's actually, once you figure out how to do it, it's very straightforward. But yeah, it was cool. Everybody loved it. And then Duran came by to make sure that we still had guests, because when Duran comes through, all the people come through, all his stalkers, all his audience. But yeah, bro, you're absolutely welcome the next time. I'm gonna wait though, because unfortunately, right now, Peace doesn't have access to her computer, and she was trying to join on her phone, and it was like not working out. Nick was here for about an hour or two. He had to go because I know he wasn't feeling well from the day before. Bear was here pretty much the whole time. So yeah, it was good. It was cool, man. It was a lot of fun. I'm gonna do it again, but yeah, I will DM you my phone number, and we could talk more about it for sure.
For sure. Yeah, I thought we had. If nothing else, I know we had our WhatsApp numbers. So I could have sworn we had that. But
Oh
regardless,
yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. Okay, yeah, I'll hit you up on WhatsApp later. I'll hit you up on WhatsApp for sure.
Sure, for
I
sure.
completely forgot. Yeah.
For sure.
Naftuli. I'm sorry, Naftuli. Am I saying your name on Video Ninja? Can you hear me? Hey, what's up, man?
My name is Naftali. Can you prove he's the Messiah?
I'm sorry.
Can you prove he's the Messiah?
Jesus?
Yes.
Are you a Muslim?
I am not a Muslim.
Okay, what
I'm
are
a
you?
Jew.
You're a
I'm
Jew?
Orthodox.
Okay. So what do you see that the prompt is right now, brother?
Okay, if you don't want to engage with that, that's fine.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking.
It says on YouTube, Christianity is true.
Yeah, it is. So you don't believe? Well, here, you as a Jew, you don't believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, then who is the Messiah if not Jesus? Because according to your time, hold on. No, hold on. Not. If it is not Jesus, according to your own timeline in the Old Testament or the Torah, however you want to refer to it, it's impossible for anyone to be the Messiah now by timeline standards alone. But explain to us why you think he's not.
Well, I don't have any reason to believe he is.
That's not what I asked you, brother. That's not what I asked you.
But that's the reason I don't.
Well, you're a Jew, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why are you taught by your rabbis why he's not? Because I know you've had this conversation. You requested up on my live, so here I'll talk to you about it.
I just answered you because of the lack of evidence.
What lack of evidence? So you're saying the fulfilled prophecies are not evidence?
It's not something you can point to. There isn't evidence.
So I can't point to the old Torah, I mean to the Old Testament, and give you the evidence for fulfilled prophecy.
Okay,
That's what you're saying?
You can make that argument.
Mm-hmm. I am making that argument.
Okay. So what are you quoting?
Anything. Give me. Well, here. Give me any Old Testament prophecy, Isaiah, Daniel, whatever. Give me any prophecy that you think is a prophecy, and show me how Jesus does not fulfill it.
Isaiah 2.
Okay.
Which says there will be world peace.
I'm sorry?
Isaiah 2.
Okay. And you're saying that Isaiah 2 saying that there's going to be world peace means that Jesus is not the Messiah.
Well, there's no world peace.
Okay. So now we're moving the goalposts because first you claim there's no evidence, right? Then the second I asked, can I get to you? Okay. First you're saying there's no evidence. Then the second I asked you to name a prophecy, you said Isaiah 2 without explaining a single reason why except for world peace. Isaiah 2 is not even a messianic prophecy that says the Messiah accomplishes every aspect of God's kingdom in a single coming. That's where you're mistaken. I kind of know as a Jew I should expect that, right? But the problem is that you're assuming the premise and you're not proving it. Okay, if we look at the Hebrew prophets, they repeatedly present the Messiah's mission as a unified vision without always separating the timing. Okay, now from a Christianity aspect, we recognize what the Old Testament itself allows for, which is that some prophecies are fulfilled in the Messiah's first coming and others at his second coming, at his return, right? And if we look at even Jewish sources, they acknowledge that prophetic passages can telescope future events. Now, explain why Isaiah 2 disproves Jesus. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to quote me the text. Okay, I want you to make your case. I want you to defend it.
I'm going to, but
Go
I'm
ahead.
not making a positive claim. I asked, can you prove that he is the Messiah?
Mm-hmm.
Then you burden shift and said, well, what didn't he do? So I gave you an example, and you just conceded he didn't do it. He will do it, though. So can you tell me why I should believe he is the Messiah?
Okay, so what did I say about his first coming and his second coming? Because I didn't
Can you
concede.
tell me why I should believe he's the Messiah?
Okay, not Tuli. No, brother, you don't demand. I don't know who the hell you think you're talking to. Okay, now you're gonna be muzzled. Okay, because I asked you a question and you're lying with your piss poor rhetoric and you're saying that I conceded. I didn't concede a damn thing to you. I will never concede anything to a Muslim or a Jew. So check yourself quick, bro. Okay, again, don't know who the hell you think you are. All right, and you are the one who is burden shifting. You claim Jesus is not the Messiah. You want me to prove it to you, even though you know that there are prophecies, and your own scholars make it clear that the messianic prophecies, some are fulfilled in the first coming of the Messiah, some after. Now, if you're making the claim, the burden is on you to show how he fails messianic criteria. That's what I asked you to do. I didn't concede that Jesus failed anything. So I'm going to ask you one more time because there's other people on here, all right? Show me a specific prophecy that Chris... Oh, okay, here. You don't believe he's a Messiah, okay? I don't give a damn. What I'm telling you is to show me any prophecy that Christianity holds to that we know is a prophecy about the Messiah, and show me how Jesus did not fulfill it. That's all I'm asking you.
Okay, I didn't make a claim in the beginning. I asked, can you prove he's the Messiah?
Yeah, brother.
Okay?
And I'm telling you, and
That's
I
not
said
a claim, that's a
fulfilled,
question.
and I said, Reformer, when he asked me the question, Jay, did I not say the fulfilled prophecies of the Old Testament? Did I not say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you continued on, you said, well, that doesn't. Okay. So I said, well, we are telling you that those prophecies that we hold to, that Jews held to before the resurrection of Christ, right? That Christians hold to, I said, show me any one where he fails. And now you're saying, well, I'm not making a claim. Brother, I'm not going to play these games with you.
Okay, great. So then if you're claiming that he fulfilled the prophecy that was said before by the Jews, like, for example, in the Targums, name me one.
What?
Name me one. He did. You guys make the claim he is the Messiah. I'm negating that claim.
Right. So show me a specific prophecy that he failed.
It's a negation. I don't have to provide any positive evidence. You make the claim he is the Messiah.
Okay.
Let me try something.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead. Because he's too stupid to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. How would okay? Let's ask you this question. How would the first century Jews know to identify the Messiah?
I would say that we have a tradition, but I'm asking. Yeah, it's irrelevant though.
Now it's irrelevant.
What do you mean it's
irrelevant?
It's irrelevant.
How would
saying, can you prove
okay?
to
So
me
Daniel, hold on. Daniel 9. Be quiet. Listen to what I'm saying. Daniel 9:25 tells you the time when the Messiah would come. Okay. So now, how would they know to recognize a Messiah? What?
He's not even listening to you.
I don't grant that interpretation.
What do you mean?
We don't care. No,
Why
we
not?
don't give a good damn what you grants, brother.
Wait. What do you mean interpretation? Wait, what is it? Okay, all right. Okay, hold on. What does it say in Hebrew then?
It says. I'm asking, why should I grant that this is about the Messiah?
Bro, what does it say? What does the plain reading say in Hebrew? What does the plain reading say in Hebrew?
The word Mashiach is used 39 times. It's never
what
once about the Messiah.
Does it say?
You know, he sounds like somebody that's like trying to run on a water slide.
Yeah. It is used 39 times in the Quran. It's never once used.
Listen to me. What does it say? What does it? Hey, doofus. What does it say in Hebrew? The plain reading of 925.
3 different times.
You told me about how many times Mashiach has been used.
He's not. He's appealing to numerology like an idiot. Here, let me ask you a question. Does Jesus fail Micah 5:2?
Does he fulfill verses up till 8?
Brother. Engage with the damned question, dude. I can tell you're a Jew. I can tell you're Jewish. I can tell you're Jewish because you're too damn arrogant for your own good. I don't even know how you get through the day. Did Jesus fulfill Micah 5:2?
No.
Really? The Messiah would come from Bethlehem.
Okay, what does it say? And your hand shall be raised above your oppressors.
Did Jesus come from Bethlehem?
Okay. Did he his hand?
Little boy, I'm going to ask you one more damn time. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you something right now that you guys, just like the Muslims, are going to be the saddest people on earth on the day of judgment. That's a promise and a guarantee. Okay? So don't think for a second that this self-assumed superiority that you think you have, you ain't got it, bro. You ain't doing a damn thing. The 613, 12, whatever it is, laws that you think that you're fulfilling on a daily basis, you're not. Okay? So I'm going to ask you again. Did Jesus come from Bethlehem as it says in Micah 5:2? Yes or no?
Okay, he did, but he did not
Thank you.
fulfill the entirety of what it said.
Okay. Again, you don't need... Hold on, Jay. Again, are... If you're stupid enough to believe that every single jot and tittle of everything in the Old Testament has to be fulfilled, it's not. Okay? Nor do your own scholars, nor do your own rabbinic scholars say that that is a prerequisite for the Messiah. Zechariah 9:9. Israel's king comes to Jerusalem riding on a donkey. Did Jesus do it?
Okay, I'm not going to let you run away from
I don't give a damn what you think you're going to let me do, brother. Not online or in person could you disallow me from doing anything. I'm going to ask you again. Zechariah 9:9. Did Jesus go into Jerusalem on a... Here, stupid. Let me listen. Did Jesus ride in to Jerusalem on a donkey, yes or no? Yes or no?
Micah, no. He
Yes
wrote on two.
or
He
no?
wrote on two. He wrote on two.
No, he didn't write on 2. You don't even know what the actual original Hebrew says, you idiot. Zechariah 12:10. God says, they will look on me whom they have pierced. Was Jesus pierced?
Why are you jumping? Wait, let me engage with it at least.
Brother, you asked me why he's the Messiah. Now I'm giving you the list of why he's the Messiah, but your brain isn't big enough to handle the actual prophecies. These are only 4 or 5 of them. He fulfilled over 300. So I'm going to ask you again, you arrogant fool. Okay? Was Jesus pierced on the cross? Yes or no?
Can I answer at least one of your questions before you mute me?
Was he
You asked me
pierced?
3
Brother,
questions.
I only need yes or no. Was he pierced on the cross? Yes or no?
Yes. Can I engage with Michael?
Thank you. Isaiah 53. He wanted the reasons, right, guys? He wanted the reasons why Jesus is the Messiah. Here we go. Isaiah 53. The servant is rejected, suffers for the sins of others, dies, and yet prolongs his days. Is that documented historically? Yes or no?
Let me engage with one topic. You've jumped through 4 different
What?
passages.
Yeah, because
Let me
you
engage
wanted
with
the
one.
reasons, so I'm
Let
giving
me
you,
engage with one. I'm
brother.
gonna
He's
engage
I
running
with
like a
one.
chicken
Yeah.
without a head, bro. You gotta catch him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He's not gonna
now,
answer you.
When he asked me, I said fulfilled prophecy, right? Then he asked me to give him the prophecy, and now that we're going through literally not even 1% of the prophecies, he's crying about it. You asked for something that you're not ready for.
I'm
Maverick,
trying to have a
Maverick,
dialogue with you. You keep
in the
muting me.
chat section,
Why are you being so
Grafted says,
disingenuous?
ask
Let's
him if
have a
there are 2
discussion.
messiahs.
Stop muting me.
I
want to
can't
engage
hear you, George. Can you say? Hang on, not because George. What were you saying, George?
In the chat section, Grafted Apologetics is here, and he says, ask him if there are 2 messiahs, because they tend to use that argument as well.
Go ahead, not if you want. Maybe engage with George. You're not
Hey,
engaging with me.
can you stop jumping? I'm going to address each thing you said.
Sure.
First, in Micah 5, he did not fulfill it. It says, your hand shall be raised above your oppressors. Clearly, that didn't happen with him as he was crucified and killed. Number 2, Zechariah 9. In Matthew, Matthew says that he rode on 2 donkeys, right? What else did you do? They'll look unto whom they've pierced. That's what you quoted from Zechariah 12. Zechariah says that the names of idolatry will be destroyed from the land, and all of the house of Israel, all of the house of Levi will mourn for this person. On that day, it says, B'yoim ha'hu. Okay, then you quoted Isaiah 53. I'm going to ask you to read Isaiah 53, verse 10 for me. Can you read it?
No, I'm going to go through it. I'm going to destroy every idiotic point that you made, okay? Because you're doing exactly what you've been doing this entire discussion. You quote part of a prophecy and you ignore the rest of the biblical theology, right? And then you pretend like you disproved them, right? So now I'm going to humiliate you and show everybody how you don't actually even know what the Hebrew says. The first thing you did, you appealed to Zechariah 9. Cool. But you conveniently skipped verse 9, right? Which was the very verse that I cited. It says, Israel's king comes to Jerusalem, humble and riding on a donkey. Jesus fulfilled that, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. Your response was to jump to Matthew's account and claim 2 donkeys. That's not a contradiction, you fool, because Matthew mentions 2 animals because the mother donkey was present. But Jesus is riding the colt, which is why I said be careful, because I'm going to humiliate you. You don't know what the Greek says. You clearly don't know what the Hebrew says, right? And if we look at the book of Mark, if we look at Luke and John, they focus on that colt because that's the one that he was actually riding. Mentioning 2 animals is not the same thing as saying that he rode both of them at the same time, you fool. So why are you quoting Zechariah? Hold on. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Show me in Matthew where it says he rode 2 donkeys. Please, go ahead. I'm going to wait. That's what I want to see.
Okay, let me open it. No
Yeah,
problem.
go ahead, please. I'm going to wait.
No problem. Let me get it for you. Can you go to Matthew 20,
Just real quick.
21?
Just real quick, Maverick, if you're willing to give me a chance any time later, I'd like
Can you
to
go to Matthew
ask
21 for me?
him about a single
Brother, do you
passage
hear
from
somebody
the Old
talking?
Testament.
Shut the hell up while somebody's talking to me, man.
Why are you being so disrespectful?
You're talking in the middle of somebody's statement and you're talking about disrespect?
Ask for a source, and I said I'm getting it for you, and I just got it for you.
Okay, and you heard somebody talking, so be quiet. Yeah, George, no problem.
If you
Yeah.
tell me one more time, I'm leaving.
Yeah, anyway.
Please don't leave.
Ooh.
Please don't leave after I'm embarrassing you and you showing everybody you don't know your scripture or mine. Please. Oh my God, no. Who am I going to talk to if somebody isn't here lying about the Bible? All right, Matthew 21. All right, go ahead, bro. Come on, Matthew 21. What you got?
Okay, Matthew 21, 1 through 7.
1 through 7. Here, I'll read it. I got it on my screen. Don't worry. Now, when they drew near, here, I'm gonna share it with you too, so that when I show you that you're lying, you can't say that I'm lying about it. Here, do the Bible Gateway, allow. Here we go. There it is on screen. Now, when they drew near to Jerusalem and came to Bethphage, to the Mount of Olives, then Jesus sent 2 disciples, saying to them, "Go into the village in front of you, and immediately you will find a donkey tied and a colt with her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, you shall say the Lord needs them, and he will send them at once." This took place to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet, saying, "Say to the daughter of Zion, behold, your king is coming to you, humble and mounted on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of the beast of burden." The disciples went and did as Jesus had directed them. They brought the donkey and the colt and put on them their cloaks, and he sat on them.
He sat on them. So that's two.
Okay, so you think, especially reading it there in the original Greek, that this is saying that Jesus was sitting on 2 simultaneous animals. How the hell would he sit on 2 simultaneous animals?
You can lay on them. You can sit diagonal. Yeah.
This is the stupidity of Judaism. Go ahead, George.
Did.
Go ahead. Go ahead, George. George, go ahead. Go ahead. I gotta use the bathroom anyway. Go ahead.
This is an add-on. I'm now gonna be leaving. I may God bless everyone in here. I hope everyone has a
Wait. Please, wait. I want to ask you something.
May God bless you.
Are you there? Are you still there? Hello?
It's gonna be a dodge. That's gonna be a dodge.
Anyway, for the sake of the viewers, because I want at the very least the viewers to hear this. So everyone, please listen to me now. Listen very carefully, because according to Daniel 9, by the year 2026, Messiah's time to arrive has already long expired. Okay, long expired. So if you go to Daniel 9, verses 25 through 26. This is what we read. Now, keep in mind, at this time when Daniel is writing this, Jerusalem and the first temple have already been destroyed once. So this is the first. So this is in the time period during when Jerusalem and the temple were destroyed for the first time, both of them. In verse 25, starting off from verse 25, we read, "Know therefore and understand that from the going out of the word to restore and build Jerusalem to the coming of an anointed one, a prince, there shall be 7 weeks, and for 62 weeks it shall be built again." So there shall be a second. Hold on. Oh, what's wrong with my phone, dude? So anyway, so the city of Jerusalem. Oh, guys, please hold on. My tablet's acting funny. Anyway, so Jerusalem shall be rebuilt. And yeah, so basically there's going to be, for 62 weeks, it shall be built again. So there's going to be a time period for which Jerusalem shall be standing with squares and moats, but in a troubled time. And after 62 weeks, an anointed one shall be cut off.
Bro, he left.
And shall have nothing.
He
He did.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, Maverick, you left while I was. I want to, at the very least, let the audience know why the Messiah had to already come by now. So if you want to turn to Daniel 9, 25 through 26. Yeah, so I'm going to go all over again for the sake of Maverick, but I'm going to make it
I'm going to bring up Daniel 9. Yep, I got you. Daniel 9.
Okay. So starting off again from verse 25. I'm sorry to the audience, by the way. Now we read, "Know therefore and understand that from the going out of the word to restore and build Jerusalem, build Jerusalem again," because then at the time when Daniel is writing this, Jerusalem is already destroyed for the first time. "To the coming of an anointed one, a prince, there shall be 7 weeks, and for 62 weeks it shall be built again. So there's going to be a certain time period during which Jerusalem will be standing until apparently it becomes a heap of ruins again, with squares and moats, but in a troubled time. And after the 62 weeks, an anointed one shall be cut off and shall have nothing. And the people of the prince who is to come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. So first, the Messiah is going to be cut off, and then Jerusalem and the sanctuary, that is the second temple, shall be destroyed for the second time.
Yep.
In other words, the Messiah had to come within the second Jerusalem, to call it so, and the second temple time period. It's that simple.
Yep. Bear, did you want to
When
chime?
did that
Oh, Bear,
fall?
Bear's gone. Bear talks about this a lot. Bear, did you want to chime in? Because I was gonna go. No, you're fine. I was gonna go to the lexicon of it, Bear, because this dude had the audacity to say, "This is what it is to be a Jew, guys." He laid on both animals. Your insinuation is that Jesus laid down across two animals to ride them into Jerusalem. Bear, you want to talk about it, or?
Oh, you're talking about the two donkeys?
Yeah.
No, you answered it. You answered it right.
Yeah.
It's just, why is it? Was he a rabbinic Jew? Oh, okay.
Seems to have been, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why he's going to the Bible with any of this stuff, but
Well, Libiano brought it up on X just a few days ago, and I thought maybe that's where he's picking it up from.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Because
When you see
they're
something
all
on
the
TikTok
same.
or
So-
X, when you see something on TikTok, have you guys noticed that it's the same thing? Like, Cora says something, and then they all start coming in our lives with it, right? That's exactly what happened with Queen Dawa. He started running that argument, and then he tried to run it on Bear, and then he got smoked. Bro, Bob by Blood beat him down so bad he changed his name. He's not even King Dawa. I don't know what he's like, Faid or something, Khalid Dawa or something like that. These guys hear one argument, don't even bother to look up why it's failed so many times, and continue to try to repeat it. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
I wonder what Tovia Singer would say to what I just read about Daniel 9, 20, 25 through 26. I mean, dude, it's so obvious that the Messiah had to come within the second Jerusalem
year did
and the
it fall
second
in?
temple time periods.
So what year did it fall in?
The year, based on the tradition, the second temple was destroyed in 70 AD.
Yeah.
No. It's at, so it was going to be 483 years after.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what
Yeah,
year
and-
did it
and-
fall in?
Oof.
The same year
Wait,
Jesus came, right?
Yeah, I wasn't sure about your question, but one more thing that I want to mention is there's a certain book. I think it's either Ezra or Nehemiah, because mind you,
it's
Ezra.
Book of Solomon.
No,
Book of Solomon.
Hold on.
Wisdom.
No.
That's what you're
I want to
talking
say something else. There's a certain book within the Old Testament where we read about the beginning of the reconstruction of Jerusalem, because like I just read in Daniel 9, 25 through 26, it says, when the decree is given to rebuild Jerusalem, that is when the 70-week time period starts, right?
It's after
Yeah.
the destruction.
And so pretty much you can, based on what's written in the Old Testament, you can calculate the time period within which the Messiah had to come.
Yeah, it's the same year Jesus came. But what I was trying to say is that connects to the Book of Wisdom, chapter 2, 12 onwards, where it now starts giving you a description of who that Messiah is. That's why I asked him, how would you recognize it in the first century, a Messiah, if he came up to you and know that this is the true one? And
Yeah.
and that is a Jewish book that was written about 50 to 100 years prior to Jesus. Not all the Jews take it, but there's a good amount of Jews who take it. And it's still a Jewish written book. Yeah. So that gives you a description. It tells
Better
you
Jay?
this is
You know what's better? Oh, my bad. You know what's better, Jay, is that the church takes it, right? Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the Christians historic. wisdom. Like whether the Jews take it or not, who cares? Like
Yeah.
they take it, the church takes it, so it's given its validity.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah, guys, I don't know. Like, I remember Bear telling me that he was talking to a Jew one time, and I never thought that speaking with rabbinic Jews would actually irritate me more than speaking with Muslims. But he did. He irritated the piss out of me. Like, he comes in and makes a claim and says, but I don't have to substantiate. Well, you're making the claim, stupid. If you believe he's not the Messiah, then the burden is on you to show me why every one of our prophecies has failed. And I'm sorry, guys. Don't ever let a Jew or a Muslim or an atheist or anyone else tell you that the messianic prophecies are a letter for letter thing. That's 100% BS. Oh, well, Zechariah 12, he did, but in this verse he didn't. Brother, the prophecies were never things that were established to be, oh, well, if he doesn't fulfill all of Zechariah, if this is not all pointing back to him, no, stupid, you're supposed to see the prophecies in here. Because at the same time, the Bible is giving you historical accounts, right? It wasn't just to give you prophecy. It was to give you prophecy and also to give you the accounts of the previous messengers and everything they were going through and carrying out the message that Yahweh was giving them. This is why, bro. This is Jews are going to be, honestly, they're going to be so sad on the day of judgment.
One of the reasons why I heard a Jewish rabbi or whatever, I think he's a rabbi though. One of the reasons why Jews tend to reject Jesus being the Messiah is as they call it, the Christian idea of two comings. Well, the problem with that argument is that based on what's written in the Old Testament, the Messiah had to come to earth by means of two comings, because there is a certain prophecy of him coming on a donkey.
Yeah.
And then there is another prophecy of him coming. Basically, there are two prophecies that describe the coming of the Messiah in different ways. Now, if you look at the two prophecies, he couldn't have come once, but the first time he comes on a donkey, and the second time, he hold on. My brain malfunctioned. I'm sorry. Yeah, basically, when you look at the two passages that talk about the coming of the Messiah, they differ. So it can be a single coming. It simply has to be interpreted that the Messiah is going to come twice. So what I heard Jews doing is they say, oh, well, here is the interpretation that the rabbinic tradition has it. If Israel is obedient to God.
Hi guys, are you there?
All right, Label, we'll get to you in a second, brother. Let him finish up what he's saying.
Hi.
We're going to get to you in a second, I said. Let him finish up what he's saying.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Go ahead, finish up, George.
So yeah, basically what I heard the Jews saying is,
It's all right, George. You can finish up with that in a second. No worries. Go ahead, take your call, brother.
Yeah, and anyway,
Oh, hang on let me get to this guest because his phone's about to die. Let me start the recording up again. All right, Label, what's up, brother? You've been waiting for a while. I appreciate your patience, man. Are you a Muslim?
Hi, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you? Are you a Muslim?
Good, yeah. I'm considering to become a Christian. But I want to know why Muslims are so crazy. In certain instances, they believe a verse like this from the Quran. A woman who's pregnant and gives birth to a boy shall be unclean and dirty for 7 days. But if she gives birth to a daughter, a girl, she shall be...
Label, you tried this the other day. I actually just made a YouTube short about you, humiliating you, and you do this every time. You act like you're intelligent, and you're not, and you're appealing to verses out of Leviticus or Deuteronomy, and you're trying to imply that they're immoral, and you're pretending that they come from the Quran, which is funny because you're the one who started screaming and crying and saying that the Quran and the word daraba doesn't mean to strike. But the fact of the matter is, your explanation was as piss poor as your prophet, because daraba in this context means to strike, and you tried to insinuate that it meant to separate. Well, that would only make your God as stupid as you, because you already separated from her in the first set of instructions on how to deal with a woman who you fear to be disobedient, right? So it says, admonish her, right? Then forsake her in bed, right? Admonish her, send her to her couch, and strike her, right? So if we were to take your idiotic explanation, the command would read to admonish her, then separate from her, then separate from her. Right. So if you're going to come in here and you're going to be disingenuous, I'm just going to keep humiliating you and your false prophet.
Yeah, you mute me. You mute me. Can I respond? Because the first verse says basically that a woman is unclean, the boy makes a woman unclean for 7 days.
Can you respond to what I'm saying? Because you're exactly what the stream is about. Muslims who are afraid to defend Islam because you're a coward and you fancy yourself a Christian polemicist, but you're too stupid to even actually know what you're reading, nor do you read the context, and then you lie about why Allah allows you to give your wife a two-piece. Does that make you a big man?
Can I respond to his?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I respond and then you respond? Can I respond then you respond? Is that fine? I respond to 34, then you respond.
I want to know what's your issue with
you promised me you will deal with the bullshit of Leviticus chapter 12 verse 1 to 5. And
we'll deal with Leviticus.
Can we have a
we'll
deal?
We'll deal with Leviticus.
Why this bullshit God Yahweh tells a woman that a baby girl makes her unclean for twice the period of a baby boy, and I'll deal with 434.
Go ahead, Bear. You can address it, and then I'll unmute him because he's too much of a child to shut the hell up long enough. Go ahead.
Yeah, brother, what's the issue with Leviticus 12? What's the argument?
Says the following, that if a woman gives birth to a baby boy, she's only unclean for 7 days. But if she gives birth to a baby girl, she's unclean for double the period. So birth of a female causes double the pollution. My question is, how can Christians and how can Yahweh be such a sexual pervert to present this kind of bullshit and expect people to, because this is inspired by God. God inspires Moses. The Lord says, Moses, say to the Israelites, a baby girl makes you a woman
right now, please.
For twice the-
Go ahead, man.
Thank you. Yeah. Where do you get that being unclean? Where do you get that being unclean is something that is necessarily bad?
He's talking about Leviticus. I don't remember what book it is. What chapter of Leviticus is
12,
that?
verses 1 through 8, yeah.
All right, so here, let's read it. We'll bring it up. Yeah, go ahead.
Where do you get that being unclean is something that is bad? I just want to know. Where do you get that from?
It's unclean in the sense of being double unclean for a baby girl. So a baby
what does
boy
unclean
makes
mean?
A woman unclean for 7 days.
What does
a
unclean
baby girl
mean?
Makes a woman unclean for twice that
Can you mute
period.
him again, please, so he can answer my question?
This is what I
Brother, what does unclean mean?
From a bleeding, so that means that a woman,
hey, brother,
When it comes to this is just for the audience. Don't bring it back up.
Yeah,
It's a waste of time.
well, the thing is, on Video Ninja, I have not whatever you type your name in to be is like, it's not like on TikTok where you have like an account and I can know, you know what I mean? Like on Video Ninja, you could do. That's why I have it to where I don't add anybody to scene unless I do it manually, because you don't know who these idiots are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for the audience, like, unclean doesn't mean that something bad happened to you or anything. It just means that you need to be ritually cleaned again. So, for example, if a woman has her menstrual, she didn't do anything wrong, but she is ritually unclean for that time period and she needs to be cleaned.
Right.
If a man goes and buries a dead body, he didn't do anything wrong, but he touches that dead body, therefore he is ritually unclean. When a woman gives birth to a male or female, she's going to be unclean. But the reason why it's double for a female is because females menstruate, therefore it's going to be double the time. That's all it is.
Yeah, he's not, and that's the thing, is that this is the same guy that last time I actually literally just made, I don't know when it comes out. I scheduled the short, and he lied, and he said, first of all, he said that the Quran doesn't allow, right? And it's funny to me that he continues to try to appeal to equality between men and women as a Muslim. To me, is hilarious, right? You literally have a God who you're purposely misreading Leviticus in order to try to make a point, right? You did it in an unclever fashion, and you're ignoring and lying about the fact that Surah An-Nisa, ayah 34, says that you literally give your wife a two-piece, right? You yell at her, send her out of the bedroom, and you give her a few, right? That's not what it says. The word daraba can mean to separate, except the problem is contextually that makes no sense, because if it means to separate, that means that the verse would essentially say, admonish her and then separate from her, and then separate from her. Does that make sense to any of you guys? Sure as hell don't make sense to me. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm confused. With the toothbrush, that's right. That's right. Dot, you know what? Dot said something earlier that had me laughing while George was talking, and I forgot what it was, and I wanted to say, he said that the Talmud has a verse in it where apparently a group of rabbis were arguing or debating with God and apparently won the debate or something like that. I don't know if that's true. Maybe Bear or someone else who knows a lot about the Jewish.
Wait, what happened?
That somebody in the chat earlier said that the Talmud has an account, a narration of a group of rabbis that got into a debate with Yahweh, and they actually defeated Yahweh in the debate.
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
I mean, there's a lot of crazy things.
I mean,
They nagged him.
Yeah, exactly.
They just nagged him so much that he said, "You know what? I'm going to leave the doofuses alone. Free will, baby."
Yeah.
Felix, Bear, how is unclean anything to do with Smex? He says, why is he so perverted?
Yeah.
Sexually perverted. I'm like, how is being unclean have to do with Smex?
It doesn't always have. I mean, it can be. I mean, it can be unclean when it comes to sex, but it's not always that. It could be something. Like I said, it's
but this is a baby born, right? They're not going to have Smex with a baby
on the door,
right? But but he was talking about like gender, because the gender is you have to spend. The woman has to be. She has to go through 14 days of the time of being unclean because of a female rather than a male. Male is only 7 days. This is also the verse that people bring up to say that Mary was not sinless, because it says there that she went through this ritual when she gave birth to Jesus. But it doesn't necessarily mean you sinned just because you did this. That would be like saying you sin every time you give birth. That's crazy.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Felix the Muslim, you're on stage. What's up, man?
What's up? I have an objection. I'm curious about your answer.
Does it have to do with the prompt?
It has to do with the prophecy, because you guys are talking about prophecy.
Well, we were talking to a Jew, brother. I have a prompt here. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Are you afraid to defend Islam?
No.
Is Islam the truth?
Absolutely.
Why should anybody believe that Islam is truth?
Because it gives the most accurate, perfect description of the will of Allah.
Give me an example.
Well, all the prophets testify to the message of the one true God. That there's only one God, and He has no son. And this is the religion that points us to the truth.
Okay.
How do you know it's giving you the perfect thing?
Right, because at the end,
right?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you say He has no son. Well, unfortunately for you, the Old Testament, all throughout the Old Testament, many, many, many verses, not only attest to and make it clear that God is multi-personal, but that He has a son.
Right. That's your Old Testament with its contradictions and its corruptions.
Well, that's fine if it's corrupt, but then if it's corrupt, either way it goes, your book is confirming a corrupt book.
No, that's not what it does not confirm it. You're misinterpreting it.
No, I'm not.
What Islam teaches.
No, I'm not. Show me what I'm misinterpreting.
You're misinterpreting that passage of Muhammad, peace be upon him.
It's not a passage, brother. It's passages, several passages. 568, 543 through 48, 3, 3, and 4, 297. I think 7150. There's, what are you talking about? There's like over a dozen times, I want to say, maybe even more than that. What are you talking about? What am I misinterpreting? Because I'm reading what your translators and scholars have said. I'm not the same, Brother Maverick. I didn't write this crap. I'm just reading it.
No interpreter translator of Islam confirms the Christian Old Testament as it is today.
Well, then show me where anyone says that it is textually corrupted and give me the proof of textual corruption.
That's not what I came with today. I don't have that on hand.
Well, then you're stuck, brother.
Okay, let me ask you. Do you have the original Quran?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
It's recited all over the world with perfect memory.
No, it's not.
Perfect recitation.
Brother,
Hundreds of thousands of people. even
What
illiterate,
does that have to?
recite it
Listen to me.
perfectly.
Jay,
and
he's
it passed down.
he's already incorrect, because the reason that the Uthmanic Codex exists is because from the I know, I'm just making it clear to my audience because I still have an audience, right?
Yeah.
The reason why they have an Uthmanic Codex is because, according to the admission of the contemporaries of Uthman, they were all reciting it differently. So from the moment that your prophet passed away, standardization was required because it was never memorized the perfect way. Go ahead, Jay. That's a damn lie.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Just a quick.
You can because
what?
this fellow spills the beans and he opened the present already. So go ahead.
Okay, so if that's your reason, I could say the same thing about the Torah. Do you take the Torah as the word of God?
As it was originally revealed to the prophets.
No. The Torah has been recited and memorized for years and years and years. Same claim you made about the Quran, and that was your reason to believe it was from God. So why does not the reason stand for the Torah?
We can see the errors in your Bible. We can clearly see
Okay,
the
I could say the
contradictions.
same thing. So why did you use that reason then, if it doesn't stand for the Torah?
Because it's had the truth and the message of Allah.
Yeah, how do you know that?
It's also
Brother, you're not tracking what she's saying. You said the reason you know you have the true Quran is because of memorization. She's saying, well, the Torah has been memorized, so does that make it true?
Not like the Quran. Not even close.
Okay, so why not? What's your real reason then?
Has not even come close.
What's the symmetry breaker?
Yeah,
what's the difference between her? What's the difference between the people who recited the Torah and the people who recited the Quran? What's the difference in there that made the Quran, absolutely uncorrupted and made the Torah corruptible?
You can compare them. You can compare.
Yes. What is the difference?
The transmission of
reciting.
Peace. One day I'm gonna have you send me a voice recording of you saying "what the hell" and I'm gonna put it on my soundboard because that's so damn funny. Yeah, man, what the hell? It is so that's crazy. I'm like, it stops me in my tracks every time. Every time, like, yo, what the hell?
Yeah, because they saw me in my
Yo, an ignition check. Let's go, bro. Thank you so much from Brother Brucey. And thank you all, Lalo, Mr. Mindu, La Dueña, Peace, all you guys sending all the gifts, man. You guys are absolutely goated. Thank you so much. So yeah, Felix.
So
go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Felix, anyways, I don't think you got what she was saying. She was just saying that. Let me close my door so the dogs are not barking into the phone. What she's saying is that if you have two people, one person recites the Torah, which was given by God, the same Allah, and another person recites the Quran, which is also given by Allah, what makes the person who recites the Torah by Allah corruptible, the Torah corruptible, but not when it comes to the Quran? It's the same God giving it to two people. Now, let me ask you, before you answer this, do you believe that it is in your nature of your God to preserve his word? When he gives his revelations, is it in his nature that he wants to preserve it?
In his final message, yes. His clarifying final message, absolutely.
No, brother. Is it in his nature? Do you understand what nature? Is it in your God's nature to want to preserve his revelations? Does God ever wish that his revelation should get corrupted?
No.
So it's in his nature to keep his revelations uncorrupted, correct?
Yes, his message.
Okay, right. So now the Torah, which was sent down, got corrupted, correct?
Yes, by people, yes.
Okay, so now why was he and the Quran did not get corrupted, correct?
Right, because it was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, the final messenger.
So when your Allah, the same God, you say the same God gave both ends, gave the Torah and gave the Quran out there. But when it came to the Quran, your Allah's nature failed, correct? From keeping his book uncorrupted.
No.
Well, did it get corrupted?
Not the Quran has not ever been corrupted.
No, Torah. Did the Torah get corrupted?
Not the original Torah, no.
Did it eventually get corrupted?
People created their own Torah and made copies of copies of copies.
So
not
that
the original.
That means Okay, so that means your God failed from keeping it from being uncorrupted, correct? When it comes to the Torah.
No.
Yes.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Fourth or fifth? Can you tell me, was it the fourth or the fifth? Felix, was it the fourth or the fifth, please? What do you prefer, the fourth or fifth?
What do you mean?
Which grade did you tune out from an education? The fourth or the fifth grade?
I knew.
All right, if you're gonna be a child, I'm not gonna have this conversation.
Felix, here's the thing, brother. When you're having a conversation, right, and it requires historical or theological intellect, and you're making claims that people wrote their own Torah and made copies and copies and copies, what you now have done is you have put yourself in a position where you have to substantiate these claims. Now, when I asked you and I required substantiation of you, you said, well, I didn't come prepared for that. Well, here's the problem, brother. Even if, and I say this with love, even if you prepared, you're gonna get dog walked on this, because there's nothing in manuscript or archaeological history that even remotely reflects what you're saying about the Torah or the Injil. What you're doing is you're trying to take the pathetic Muslim apologetic approach or the Dean responds approach and go to general confirmation or biblical corruption, but you don't even understand how that decimates your own Quran. Because your God acknowledges the scripture and confirms the scripture before several times. Muhammad had a love affair with the previous scriptures, despite the fact that he made it clear he didn't actually know what they said. So now what you're trying to do is you're trying to appeal to biblical corruption, despite the fact that you have nothing in history to repeat. As a matter of fact, it was a man named Muhammad who discovered the Dead Sea Scrolls. And you know what the Dead Sea Scrolls confirmed? That for at least the 1,000 years before your prophet was born, even then, the manuscript said the same thing. So when you continue to assert it, you're not even understanding what you're saying from a historical standpoint or from a theological standpoint, because your position is contrary to what your God says. And your God says that his word is the Torah, his word is the Injil, his word is the Quran, and none of them can be corrupted. But no, here comes Felix saying, but by the way, they came and wrote their own and corrupted it anyway.
Even Wes Huff disagrees with you.
That's a
He
damn
had
lie.
to correct himself.
Show me where Wes Huff disagrees with me about anything.
Even Wes Huff had to clarify in his own channel that what he said on Joe Rogan about word for word was wrong.
Who
and
said,
he had to clarify
Felix,
it.
who the hell
Dead Sea
said
Scrolls.
anything about word for word? Did I say word for word? We
You
don't
just said
claim.
word for word.
No, I said the same message. The same thing, same stories, same accounts. You know why I don't say word for word? Because unlike in Islam, we don't make grandiose, unsubstantiated claims, okay? We don't sit here saying word for word. You see, here's the difference. Our God, the real God, the actual God, he gets his word and his message across despite human iniquity, despite human mistakes, despite the fact that we have thousands of textual variants. Even critical scholars who don't believe in Jesus as God have made it clear there are many errors as far as textual variants, but they're not message-changing errors. They're spelling errors, syntax errors, things that don't change the meaning or the message, things that when compared with the thousands of other available manuscripts, thank you, my love, you see, oh, okay, that's where it happened. Oh, they wrote Christ Jesus instead of Jesus Christ. Oh, they misspelled this. Oh, they wrote 4 instead of 2. But good thing we have 10,000 other manuscripts to compare it to see where the mistake was made. You see, that's the difference. We don't need to lie about textual variants, my friend. We don't lie about something that is historically verifiably false. That's a Muslim thing. We don't claim dot for dot, letter for letter preservation, which you don't have anyway, because what language was the original Quran written in, my friend?
Arabic.
Classical or modern?
Classical.
Do you read classical Arabic?
I do.
You read classical Arabic?
Yeah.
Really? So you're telling
I have to
me
use an
that
online
classical
system. I have to use a software.
Okay, you have to use a software. Very good. So the Quran now, is it written in classical Arabic?
I believe the majority, yes.
No,
The
it's
vast
not.
majority?
No, it's not. It is written
Okay.
in modern day Arabic with diacritical marks. Brother Jay, did classical Arabic have diacritical marks?
No, they didn't have any
No, they didn't have
diacritic
it.
marks. In fact, they had
So that would right.
no vowelizations or
Nothing.
very little vowelization.
Very little, right? And classical Arabic, is it read and pronounced and looked at the same way as modern day Arabic? No, not even close. That would be like me saying to you, Felix, that I can read the King James Bible from the 1600s and read it the same way that I read modern English now. Bull crap. If I were to meet an Englishman from 400 years ago, despite the fact that he and I speak the same language technically, I guarantee you and promise you, neither person would know what the hell the other person was saying. I would have no idea what that dude is saying, and he would have no idea what I'm saying. Despite the fact that we both speak English, which means that because the original Quran was revealed in classical Arabic and the Quran now is in modern Arabic, your dot for dot, letter for letter preservation lie is a lie. Because the Quran wasn't revealed in modern day Arabic, it was revealed in classical Arabic. You got wrecked, bro. I don't understand why they come in here with this nonsense, y'all. I don't understand why they don't see the lies that they're telling in front of everybody. Why? Here, you know what? Here, let's dance to it. Man, yeah, it's been interesting, brother. But yeah, I don't. Maybe one day in the future, if you can prove biblical corruption, you still wouldn't understand how that kind of decimates your Quran. But it is what it is. Thanks, Felix. I appreciate you coming up, man. And I appreciate you allowing me to. The foot has been cold. The spatula has been cold, brother. I had to warm it up. That quick one. You know what I mean? But you right, mommy? We get fuerte around here, right? Yeah. Say fuerte. Fuerte. Yeah, that's right. She says fuerte. Love it, love it, love it. All right, Bear. Now that Bear's here, this could not have come at a better time.
It's going to sound different, dude.
What's
I'm
up?
Tell her that. One of these days it's going to sound different, dude.
Yeah.
And your wife, your mother-in-law, your mother is going to sit down and fuente yourself because that child is going to be smack in the middle of Thanksgiving and just mispronounce it.
No, man. Yeah, you know what? She already does slip up. Like sometimes my wife and I get mad and we'll say a curse word and she repeats all the bad words. So yeah, we got to be careful. Bear. So Samurai Hawk Tua, as I like to call him, took offense because I went in the comment section of this video that popped up in my YouTube recommended, obviously, guys, because I'm subscribed to Bear. So anything he's tagged in is going to pop up in my feed. And this video I thought was hilarious. Says at Bear the Image runs away after getting manhandled in his own live. Bear, I don't know if you're there or you're on the phone or peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to go ahead and go over this because we were actually looking at this earlier, where the video is only 8 minutes and 40 seconds. We're about a minute through, guys. Anybody who wants to pause, especially you, Bear, because you're here, we'll read my comment that I gave after his piss poor attempt at agency argument in the book of Job. I want you guys here to look at this title and see if you guys think that Bear ran away. You obviously know what the answer is, but let's check it out.
I'll pull it up on the screen since you're on YouTube. All right. You read this. You can read this right here.
Oh, it's the God of Bethel. Okay. Then the angel of God said to me in a dream.
What's up, Jay?
That echo is so bad, dude.
There's an echo?
Yeah, on TikTok, it's like there's always one, but this one is like really. Right, guys, on the panel? Isn't that the echo?
Let me mute my own
Yeah,
mic.
no, yeah, there's an echo. There's an echo for the video, not for your voice, Brother Maverick, but for the video there is.
Let me see then if I play it on another browser. I don't know. There shouldn't be an echo, but let's see.
I'm Jacob, and I said, "Here I am." Let's just go to verse 13.
You still hear echo or no?
That was perfect.
Okay, good.
No, you're good.
The God of Bethel, where you know the pillar made a vow to me. Now arise, go out from this land, and return to the land of your. Can't see that last word.
Kindred.
Okay, yeah. What's the point? Or what's the argument?
Yeah, the God of Bethel, who's claiming to be the God of the house of God.
Yeah, it's the angel of the Lord speaking in first person, speaking on behalf of God. We know he's not the God of Bethel because we see in Genesis 28, verses 12 to 13, Jacob has a vision of the angels ascending and descending on a ladder, which we
So let's go to that, guys. He said Genesis 28.
know the angel of the Lord 12 to 13, speaking on behalf of God.
Genesis 28, 12 to 13. His claim is that the angel of the Lord is not God. I'm sorry, I was 12, 28. So let's look at it, guys. Let's look at it. And he dreamed, and behold, there was a ladder set up on earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham, your father, the God of Isaac, the land on which you lie. And this is why I call him Samurai Hatua. You little stupid ass. This is not the angel of the Lord. Okay. And this is exactly why I talked to you the way that I did last night in those DMs when you DM me. Okay. Bear the image because apparently you got manhandled, right? Right here in 12. Is this saying the angel of the Lord, or is this talking literally about the angels of God, the instantiated angels climbing up and down the ladder? Which one is it talking about?
That's talking about angels.
Okay. But according to him, the point that he tried to make was that this was about the angel of the Lord, right?
No, I think what he was trying to say was that the one who claimed to be the God of Abraham at the top of the ladder it is who the angel of the Lord is referring to in Genesis 31. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, which that is true. But that would affirm that he is the Most High God. Because
right.
It says, I am the one that you made a vow to, and I'm the one that you poured oil out on and made a vow to. You anointed the rock at Bethel. So this is the moment where Jacob sees God, and then he vows and names it Bethel. And then when the angel of the Lord appears and says, I am the one, I am the God of Bethel, that the angel of the Lord is claiming to be the God of Abraham that he saw in Genesis 28.
Right. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm not crazy in seeing how stupid this kid is. Okay, here guys, let me give me a second. Let me put my camera real quick before I get hit with another unoriginal content thing. Video capture, add source. I'll just add myself again. Razor key. Oh, there we go, guys. Let me just shrink it up. Let me cut the bathroom out of there because that's weird. I love these cameras, guys, but sometimes they're a little bit too wide angled, if you know what I mean. No, that's good. And then I'll just shrink myself here to the side so I'm not obfuscating the chat. All right, there we go. Here I am, TikTok, so you're not crying about it like you do about everything. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's continue.
We know he's not the God of Bethel because we see in Genesis 28, verses 12 to 13, Jacob has a vision of the angels ascending and descending on a ladder, which we know the angel Lord is in that category. He's an angel, and he sees Yahweh above the ladder. And we know the God of Bethel does not ascend and descend.
Okay. Let me listen to that again. Let me see if you guys are...
Speaking on behalf of God, we know he's not the God of Bethel because we see in Genesis 28, verses 12 to 13, Jacob has a vision of the angels ascending and descending on a ladder, which we know the angel Lord is in that category. He's an angel.
We know the angel... I knew he made that stupid mistake. Did you guys hear what he said? That the angel of the Lord is in that category. This is why this clown won't call into my stream. He said that the angel of the Lord is in this category, the same category as the angels that are climbing up and down the ladder. That's what he said.
Yeah. He's making an assertion that because it says I'm the God of Abraham, therefore the angel of the Lord cannot be that.
Right.
Stupid. Angel, and he sees Yahweh above the ladder, and we know the God of Bethel does not ascend and descend.
Okay. So he's speaking on behalf. You're saying that he's speaking on behalf, and then this is referring back to the vision of Genesis 28.
Yep, and I can give you an example. If you go to like Deuteronomy 29, Moses says, "I am the Lord your God," without saying yet. This is what the Lord says in the Hebrew. I don't see a problem with this.
I am the Lord your God.
Yeah, and so in verses 1, God sends Moses to speak to the Israelites. He's giving commands to Moses.
I don't want to go too far off. We'll go to Deuteronomy 29.
Yeah.
All right, so Genesis 28. You're right. He does see Yahweh at the top of the ladder. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So you're saying that the angels can claim to be speaking on behalf of God, he can claim to be the God of Bethel.
Yeah, he can speak in like I can give you examples where messengers can speak as they are the sender. Like if you go to like 2 Samuel 3:14, where David sends son of Saul, and son of Saul says, "Give me my wife back." But we know in the context, it isn't son of Saul's wife; it's actually David's wife. Like I have no reason to believe that this angel Lord is Yahweh with the context, unless you could show me otherwise.
Okay. Can through agency can you receive sacrifice?
No, because in Exodus 22 verse 20, you cannot sacrifice to nobody else besides God.
Okay. Then in Genesis 35, which I know you know already, why does he receive? Why is he being instructed? Why is Jacob being instructed to make an altar to the angel?
Are you referring to Genesis 35 verses 7, the Hebrew word plural? Like, yeah, where does it say the angel receives the sacrifice?
It says, "Make an altar to the God who appeared to you."
Yeah, and that's referring to Genesis 28, correct?
Which I would say is the angel. You're saying it's not.
And I'm saying he's speaking the first person, and I have no reason to believe, he's claiming to be Yahweh.
See right there, guys. You see what he's doing? I have no reason to believe. Nobody gives a damn what you have a reason to believe, brother. Right? What this idiot is doing is committing the exact same fallacy over and over and asserting that because he has no reason to see it that way, therefore it doesn't make it clear. Bear is making it very clear that Genesis 28, which he's trying to use to perpetuate his lie, is actually destroying his argument, right? Jacob sees Yahweh above the ladder, okay? In Genesis 31, the angel says, "I am the God of Bethel, where you anointed the pillar and made a vow to me." You didn't make that vow to an angel, ladies and gentlemen. You go back and read Genesis 28 again. Jacob's vow was made to Yahweh, not to a created messenger. You would never make a vow like that to an angel, right? And then he's going to 2 Samuel 3:14. That falls apart as soon as you start reading it. David's messenger is saying, "Give me my wife," right? He's speaking on behalf of David, right? Because like he said, the entire context identifies David as the sender. Nobody here thinks that the messenger literally became David. But again, if we go back to Genesis 31, the angel doesn't say, "Thus says the God of Bethel." He doesn't say, "I'm speaking for the God of Bethel." He says, "I am the God of Bethel." Bear, do you have anything to add to that?
I didn't hear the last minute, so sorry, I was doing something.
Oh, you're good. Oh, good, brother.
But yeah. No, but I'm sure you got it, bro. My bad.
No, you're good. No
Verse 7, just like you said earlier, it's in the plural.
Yeah, I mean, this is like common in the Hebrew language. People can be referred to in the plural. If you go to like Job 16, right? Bildad the Shuhite, right? He replies to Job. Job replies to him. And then in Job chapter 18, he replies to Job, and then it says, "When will you end this speech?" And if you go to the Hebrew word "you," it's in the plural.
When will you?
Huh?
What'd you say? In Job, what? You said,
Job
"When will
18.
you?" And
When will you end these when will you end these speeches? If you go to Job 18 verses 1 through 2, and I can give you like 1 Samuel 28 verses. No,
you're breaking up. Breaking up.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
You continuing to talk when I'm saying you're breaking up doesn't fix it.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I know, because you're breaking up. So it's Job 8, what?
No, it's chapter 18 verses 1 through 2.
Chapter 18, verses 1 through 2. Okay.
Yep.
Then Bildad the Shuhite answered, "How long will you hunt for words? Consider, and then we will speak."
Why is the Hebrew word "you" in the plural?
You're saying this is in the plural?
Yep.
Okay. See.
Are you saying it's not?
I don't know.
So if it is, what's going to happen now?
I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna. I mean, there's gonna have to be an explanation. I know you're not a Hebrew speaker, so we'd have to go look it up.
Are you saying nobody's referred to in plural besides God?
No, I just want to know why I should take the explanation that in verse 7 that in the plural doesn't mean that it's going to actually be in the plural.
Okay, so if you go to the Hebrew, my bad.
Verse what?
It's verse 2, yes. It's when it says you.
Okay.
And it's in the plural.
Second person masculine plural. Okay, so we're going to have to look up what this actually means.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
This is common.
So how long will you hunt? The children answered and said, how long will you? Why are you considered the cattle? Who is he speaking to here?
He's speaking to Job. If you go to Job chapter 16. So if you go to Job 16, actually, so they're having like a conversation. They're like,
1 second. Let me see. Let me just get this real quick. Imperfect second person masculine plural. Okay.
Yeah.
1 second. I'm gonna look this up.
I love the way the bear's getting so manhandled. This is such a manhandling. The stupidity is inarticulable. I don't know why he wouldn't have cut this part out. It just goes to show how crappy his editing skills are. He probably doesn't even know how to split something.
I'm looking something up, bro. Are you good?
It's fine. I can just teach you, but it's fine. We can just do this. We can just wait.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
so
laughing.
funny. So yeah, what's funny is I'm looking this up and it's like already the inconsistencies in what you're saying. What you're
Okay,
talking
what is it? Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you in a second. Calm down.
No, right now. You just said there is, so don't run away now. What is it?
Nobody's running away. I'm gonna tell you in a second.
Okay, no, right now you already said there was a problem. So what is the problem?
Tim, right? Calm down, dude. Relax.
Oh, yeah,
Nobody. Yeah, I'm running.
Oh, you're running. Okay, that's nice. Like you're on ChatGPT. You're not even familiar with this verse. You need to go back to like Bible study.
No, that's okay, brother. Listen, when it comes to me not being familiar with this specific verse of how the Hebrew is going, I'm okay with admitting that, dude. I don't
sincere.
Bible memorized.
Yeah,
Okay,
I must knows your Bible more than you. That's good, man.
I'm looking up the how it's being used. So give me a second.
Yeah, I already said go to Job 16. I'm already teaching you, but you don't want to listen to your teacher. But it's fine.
Hey, kick rocks. I'm not dealing with this insincere stupidity. It's so crazy, man. Like, and you know what? Like, hats out to these people when they're just working on like giving out these insincere arguments. And he already knows my argument of Genesis 31 and everything like that. All right, hats out to you when you come to studying this stuff. But the fact that they have to reach as far as they have to reach in order to show and discredit all of my arguments and the level of studying they have to do to go do it, I tip my hat to you.
So that's where he ended it. Besides the stupidity, notice what ended up happening there. This is my opinion of it, and then I'll let Bear chime in if he's still not busy. This is what they do. He saw that Bear was getting the information together, and he was going to immediately give him the reasoning why his explanation of Job was utter stupidity. But right away, instead of allowing Bear to offer anything of substance, no, give it to me right now. Give it to me now. You said there's a problem. Give it to me now. Oh, you just let me teach you. You're not teaching anybody. You're literally a Muslim peon. You're not teaching anybody, right? Now, Bear, are you there or are you on the phone?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So before you decided not to deal with this little jackass anymore, what was it that you were gonna give him before he started acting like he was superior because he thought that he
went to like a verse in Job or something, right?
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah.
It's the way the tense was in that verb wasn't the same way that it was in Genesis 35.
Mm-hmm.
And but the thing with him with Hawk is like he used to come on my panel all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I didn't even know it was him at first because he's a kid.
Yeah,
before he used to have I think he must have hit puberty because he didn't sound like that. Before he actually sounded like a girl.
Yeah.
And I didn't even recognize it was him. So it just shows you his age.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this idea of like, well, if I can bring up some sort of fact that you don't know at the moment, I win the debate. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right.
so it's just like, bro, it's just stupid, immature. At that point, I was like, I'm talking to a little kid, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and
just moving on.
and
Like,
he's a jackass and a half. This is the same kid, guys, who got his. I mean, he got absolutely broken in half by Coley Stevens and Richmond in the Jesus is God debate. Him and the idiot that he was dual debating with were admitting that Jesus was God more than half the debate without even knowing it, because this is how stupid they are. This is the same kid who appealed to, and you guys are gonna think I'm joking, light Docetism, trying to prove that Jesus, in fact, was not crucified when he was debating with Amin. And Amin spoke to him and tolerated his crap. Now, imagine the way that he was acting at the end there, guys. I was actually listening to that debate at work. Amin was talking to this idiot for at least over an hour, maybe 2 hours, dealing with that nonstop. And DJ was there. I think DJ was there, if I remember correctly. Nonstop. And hats off to Amin, man. Hats off to Amin. Because you could tell these kids have been raised and they didn't have enough people to slap them around when they were growing up and actually show respect. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate, because that could have been a teachable moment. And instead of waiting to see what Bear was actually going to say, he knows Bear well enough to know that Bear was going to offer him a rebuttal that he was not going to be able to counter. So he started acting like a little jagoff. So when I gave him everything wrong with what he was saying in the comment section, he goes out of his way to DM me and talk about, we'll debate the Trinity in the Old Testament. And I said, brother, listen, I talk about the Trinity and the multi-personal nature of God all the time, because you're too much of a coward to defend Islam, right? And I told him last night, I was like, you can come to my stream, no problem. But you know what? I have defended. See, unlike you, I don't consider myself a polemicist. I consider myself an apologist. But the last week or so, I am hitting Islam hard, because you guys are getting into this little habit of thinking that you're just going to disparage Christianity nonstop, and that it's our job to just make ourselves available to be on defense for you only. You can go to hell. If you want to attack our religion, and we know that our religion can substantiate and our religion can withstand, you better be ready to do the same with yours. The problem is, guys, Harvest, how many people today have actually come in and defended Islam or tried to defend Islam? How many of them have actually wanted to only talk about Christianity, and how many of them have talked about Islam?
About 4 or 5 of them.
How many of them actually spoke only of Islam without referring to Christianity?
Not one.
Actually, we had one. We had the one, Z, remember? Z actually.
Oh, Z.
Yeah,
I forgot about him, because he was so kind.
Yep. Which is an outlier, which is probably why you forgot about it, unfortunately.
Yep.
We got another super chat, y'all. From your favorite Arab again. My man with the $30 bomb says, funny you mentioned the debate in the Talmud. The Quran has a talking ant who won a debate against King Solomon. King Solomon. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Arab, for sure, brother.
But you know, on the serious side, brother, Minister Maverick, not one time have I heard one good reason from a Muslim why we should be in Islam, or why we should even believe in that Quran.
Yeah.
Not one good reason they can give.
Yep, I agree. Yep. And also we have a $5 super chat from FB Shomer. Huge shout out to you, brother. Says it would take quite some Allah magic to undo all the extents whereby we derive textual criticism. Oh wait, Allah couldn't stop Paul. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, man, that's true. That is true. And you gotta love it too. You gotta love it, because Muslims can't stand Paul. They say he's the biggest liar on earth, but they're constantly quoting from his books when they think it suits them. You don't get to go to Romans or Corinthians or anywhere else if you don't think that Paul is truly a divinely inspired. Like, what are you doing? You either take his writings as credible or not, right? But you know what? That couldn't actually, that worked out as good as it did, guys, because I didn't know that Bear was going to join today. And we did start going over the video earlier, but then people started calling in. Mimi, thank you so much for the hand hearts. God bless you. You guys are goated, man. Guys, we did start subscriptions on TikTok, and I have already put out a members, subscribers only video. I'm going to be doing that a lot more, at least once a day. Reaching out to you guys, things that only people who are subscribed to the TikTok are going to get. So if you are interested, there are different tiers, whatever. It kept chiming at me to set it up. So I finally set it up, and their subscriptions are there, guys. And I didn't make them expensive either, because I don't believe in like asking people to pay $20-$30 a month. Like that's for me, that's ridiculous. Mr. Raymond is requesting up.
Hey, yo.
What's up, man? Are you a Muslim?
Yes, I am. Are you a man worshiper?
I'm a Christian. Are you a pedophile worshiper? Yeah. You want to play stupid games, or you want to keep going?
Can you answer? Can you answer?
No, I did answer. Are you a pedophile worshiper?
Is that an answer?
No, I did answer you.
No?
I said I did answer you.
How is that an answer?
Because I answered. I said I'm a follower of Christ, and then I said, "Are you a pedophile worshiper?"
Okay. No. Of course not.
Actually, you are.
Yeah.
No, I'm
You're
not.
a follower of
No, I'm
Muhammad.
not.
Yeah. Well, how old was Aisha when he married her?
Haircut, bro. You look dumb as
It's
hell,
okay,
man.
right?
All right,
How old?
let's
Hey, stupid. How old was Aisha when Muhammad married her?
show me from the Quran where she's mentioned.
Where she's mentioned, she's not mentioned in the Quran. Dingus, she's mentioned in the Hadith where she herself says that she was 6 years
if
old.
she's not mentioned, that means he didn't have a wife called Aisha.
Right.
She's not mentioned in the Quran, bro.
So what?
That means he did not marry. That means you just sat down and said your mother of believers is a fake. Did not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying? Did not exist. No.
He came on your panel thinking he could run that stupidity on you.
She's not mentioned in the Quran.
No. She's not mentioned. So that means she didn't exist, right?
Yeah, according to the Quran, she's not mentioned, bro. It doesn't matter.
Right. So you don't have a. So hold on. So you don't have a mother of believers. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to put everybody else on the panel on this. I live for this stuff.
Go ahead, Jack.
Every time we make them become 25% less Muslim, less and less Muslim. He just took the proverbial piss on Aisha and said she didn't exist. Right?
She's not in the
so
Quran.
thank you very much. I appreciate you.
She's not in the Quran, so it doesn't matter. I don't understand that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
So that way, if I say anything about Aisha, like the Shias, if I go Shia mode and I say bad things about Aisha, he doesn't mind, right? Yeah. So Aisha, you know the mother of believers, a hoodie, dude.
Hey, buddy,
You know
can
that,
you
right?
please shut up, man? Can I talk to the host?
The mother of the believers is a hoodie. She was given as a reward to all the men when they get to paradise.
Can I talk to the host?
Right?
I can't understand.
So the question is, how do you make the mother of believers into a hoodie?
Can
I'm
we
going
read
Shia mode, dude.
Hosea 3, host?
You know, I can go back. I can go into Shia mode. No, I'm talking about Aisha.
Host,
So
can we read Hosea
why
3?
why is it that your scholars talk about this hoodie named Aisha if she didn't exist?
Host, can we read Hosea 3? I have a question
The
about
host is not. The host is not going to answer you, dude.
Get out of here with that mess.
You have to answer. Why does your scholarship? Why does your scholarship talk about a hoodie named Aisha if she didn't exist?
Bro, I follow the Quran only. Did you not catch that?
Right. So why does your tafsir scholars also talk about a hoodie named Aisha if she didn't exist?
When will you track? I'm a Quran only Muslim. You're Hindu?
Okay. All right. So you don't take tafsirs? You don't take tafsirs?
No, I don't. You Quran only.
Okay, all right, okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect.
Perfect, man, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Wait.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. All right.
Okay, perfect.
So listen. Okay. So now listen.
Perfect, man.
Since you only take the Quran, since you take only the Quran, how do you know? How do you know the Quran is from the word from God?
That's all I hear.
How do you know the Quran is a word from God? How do you know that book was actually the book that was compiled from Muhammad's mouth? How do you know that?
He's
Since
gone.
you take only the Quran.
He's gone. And you know,
he left?
no, I booted him because he was just he was resorting to racist nonsense and trying to imitate an Indian accent. I wonder what accent Muhammad was imitating when he was getting ridden by the Al-Zut. I wonder what accent he had then.
I think it went like this. Oh God. Oh God.
Oh my God. Hey, Raymond, listen, you're too stupid to even know you're playing right into my prompt, bro. Look at, why are Muslims afraid to defend Islam? What is your question? Let's read Hosea.
They don't even understand why God did that.
Let's read Hosea. Listen, we don't hide anything in the Bible. We don't. Because we don't have an idiotic schizophrenic God like Islam does, right? So we understand that context provides everything in the Bible. We don't have a reason to hide behind anything in Hosea or in Numbers or Genesis. Not something we do, right? The fact that Muslims think that their morality and their moral standards are higher than that of God's is hilarious to me. Hilarious to me, because you're no better than atheists. You guys think that your moral standards are something to be upheld. Get the hell out of my face. Another super chat, huge, bro. Let me hold on. We gotta get that one higher, bro. It's higher. From your favorite Arab again, Momo saw his Lord as a young beardless boy in the garden twice. LMAO, give it up, Muslims. Yep, that is true. That is true, with curly hair, by the way. A beardless boy with curly hair. For those who say that God cannot enter creation.
Yeah, but he had 2 eyes, so you know he wasn't Satan at that point.
Exactly.
That's how you can tell the difference between Allah and Satan is they look precisely the same, they act precisely the same, but Allah has 2 good eyes.
Yep. Word is the way. What's up, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How's everybody doing?
Can't complain, man. Panel. Cannot complain. You know what? Go ahead.
You know what's interesting? So I see it says, why are Muslims afraid to defend Islam? And I notice a pattern because, from a secular standpoint, the Trinity is really an abstract concept, right?
Yeah.
And we're all right with that. We will still define and defend it ourselves. But their pushback when we say that you can't defend Islam because of the immoral nature and standards of Muhammad is to complain about the Trinity.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. I agree. I agree, man. I agree. But what can you do? Yeah, guys, I don't know. Is anyone else hearing an echo or no from Video Ninja?
No.
I didn't hear it.
Good. No, I'm hearing it, but it's because it's coming out of 2 sound faders and it's not supposed to. This thing's driving me absolutely bonkers. So that's all right. I'll figure it out. As long as you guys aren't hearing it, that's fine. Oh yeah, they are hearing an echo. They're hearing an echo here, echo. I don't hear. Okay, all right, good. If you guys don't hear it, then that's good.
You always have a very slight echo on your lives when it's from YouTube. Always have it. So we it's not bad. We can handle it.
Yeah.
But there's always a perpetual. I wonder if you play a TikTok recording and you can hear it yourself.
No, you can't. That's the thing. It's only the guests, and it's definitely a TikTok live studio thing because the Word and I is having the same issue, and obviously we don't have the same setup. But the guests, it's only the panelists. The guests won't hear it. For some reason, it's only the panelists that will hear it. So I don't know what it's about. God willing, one day I will figure it out because I don't at this point, I've done everything I can do. And now for whatever reason, even though I select very specifically where audio should be playing out of, right now, Chris and Word are speaking and it's coming out of 2 volume faders, even though I only have it assigned to 1. And no matter what I do, it continues to happen, which is aggravating the hell out of me because there's literally nothing else I can do to make it do what I'm saying it should be doing. I'm looking directly at it right now.
The messed up thing is it sounds great on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're coming in good. Chris sounds good. Everyone on TikTok sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure that out, man, because I don't know. Either that or use another. But that's the thing, though, is that Video Ninja is the one that offers the best options as far as porting you guys in and adding you guys to the scene. I can't do that with StreamYard. StreamYard is you got to capture a window. I don't want to do that. That looks crappy. You know what I mean? I hate that. Let me see if there's anything else I missed here. No. Yeah, guys, we don't have anyone requesting up. And thank you guys to all of you who are sitting here. There's no one to invite. crossunit.net/call if you guys are interested in talking or defending Islam. Plus, I don't know. Let me see. Let's see what. I bet you. I bet you if I change the prompt.
Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was watching Sunday stream that you had everybody on.
Mm-hmm.
That one guy, that bear, was talking to. Ooh,
Which one?
like I think he was like one of Dean's acolytes or something like that. He claimed to be Tanaka only, but was calling Psalm the Torah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like these guys are allergic to answering directly and honestly. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they won't. They can't. That's the thing. They can't. That's not just here, man. That's not just Bear. That's not just me. I've watched other streams, and it's like, it's unfortunate, man, because you don't have a lot of Muslims who are willing to answer things directly, and that's a shame. That's a shame, because it's like, just answer the freaking question. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that difficult. Okay, I figured that was accidental. Spiders are chasing me. Requested up.
It's
Yeah, man.
dangerous answering questions.
Yeah.
Because answering questions, then you have to stand behind what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is, if you try and stand behind what you just said with Islam, you're standing behind statements in the Quran. And as you know, the statements in the Quran contradict each other.
Yep. And it's not even just the Quran; it's the Hadiths in the Quran, the Hadiths and the Hadiths. It's all a mess, man. It's all of it.
Yes. Have they not considered that maybe it's not a good idea following a religion that's founded by an illiterate man critiquing texts that he couldn't even read?
No.
Something to think about.
That makes no sense.
Thinker, you're on stage. Can you hear me? Oh, Thinker's gone. All right. I was wondering if that was Thinker that I was thinking was the one that Elijah debated her, and she came on after his video came out, and she was not a happy girl. Let me tell you, she was not happy at all. She was cursing up a storm. Yeah, she was embarrassed, to say the least. I noticed that she goes live. I don't remember how I realized this, but she goes live sometimes with that other dude, Deconstruction Zone or whatever. He's, as far as atheists go, he's a guy who claims that he used to be in seminary school, and then he realized that it was all BS and blah blah blah. It was just, yeah, he's another one that he just lies on his teeth all the time. Yeah, guys, this might be an early one. We I don't know what's going on. Request up. I'm gonna have
One of the clues that Muslims should consider is, if you have to constantly lie to defend the religion, perhaps the religion is false.
But you know what's crazy about that to me too, though, Chris? You have to lie about it, right? But I wonder how many of them actually know that they're lying, right? Like, I wonder how many of them actually like feel like they're giving good apologetics. Like, yes. I don't know. That to me, I don't know, bro.
Like Libiano knows.
Hold on, that's worse. How the hell is that worse?
But some of the others, I agree, just have no idea.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about at all.
Yeah.
And that one guy that came up and said, because Jesus led me to Islam, he knew he was lying. He wasn't being for real.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. Yeah, he's silly as hell. Silly as hell.
That was crazy.
But then Jay got it out of him. Jay got it out of him, and it ended up being that he married a woman who was a Muslim. So that makes more sense.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That makes a lot more sense. Guys, make sure you're tapping the screen, sharing and reposting the live. It seems to be a slow day. I even changed up the prompt. Why should I trust the Quran? Not here. Attack the Bible, guys. Go ahead and attack the Bible. I know sometimes you got to give the baby the bottle. Attack the Bible if you want to. Go ahead. Not much else going on in the world of apologetics, guys. You got J49er. What's been going on X with you, man? Like, I know the last time we talked, you said that you were getting attacked by another Christian. The Muslims, at least, you expect, but
Which Christian?
Oh, you had said, I think, that you were getting attacked by Sam Shimon or something like that.
Oh, Sam, yeah. Sam, yeah. No, he keeps quiet. No, because now, a couple of times I'm kind of hit back at him.
Oh, I see.
His problem was listen. This is the guy who goes around calling every person's mother he's displeased with on a personal level a Shia WHORE.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's like, because IP and David Wood come on my threads and kind of comment on my threads and push my threads out, right?
Yeah.
He thinks that I'm a part of the gang, so he started attacking me. And what I had put out was, why is he's saying like, why is he calling her a hoori? Why is he calling? They'll get upset with us if you call them. I'm like, bro, you call them all kinds of stuff to begin with just because they piss you off.
Right.
But I'm calling her hoori for a simple. Why is he calling her ISIS hoori? Right? I said, look, here's the reason why. I said, look, she here's the videos. Both of them are all three of them are celebrating the 21 cops being unalived. And they're not doing it once; they're constantly doing it, right? So I said, all right, you act like and who unalived them? ISIS did, right?
Right.
So if that's the group that did it, and you are supporting that group, then I'm going to call you. You're like an ISIS bride.
Yeah.
And you constantly do that stuff, right? Now, they got upset with the word hoori. So Malik starts threatening me and everything. And then he backed off because, he's backed off because I still push it now, okay? And I said, okay, so let me understand this. You said the word hoori means WHORE.
You still there, Chris?
Isn't your Allah? Isn't your Allah?
Yeah, it seems to disconnect. I don't know why.
Better can hear word.
Yeah, we could. No, I can hear them too. I'm trying to narrow this down. But I'm getting a double feedback. Yeah, guys, if you disappear, don't worry. I'm working on stuff on the side. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
So
Chris.
I said, listen.
I mean, Jay.
So I said, doesn't your Allah give hooris as rewards to Muslim men, right? So I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, Jay. Go ahead.
No. Whoever was talking. So
I think it's good to remember.
So I said Allah gives Allah. What? He's just talking over us. He doesn't.
No,
hear us,
I don't think he can hear you. Chris, can you hear still? Chris Oki?
Can you hear us?
No, they can't hear. Okay, so yeah, I have to have this thing open. Yeah. Go ahead. Keep going, Jay.
Okay. So I said, look, why are you getting upset with the HORE, the hoary thing, if it means WHORE, right? I said, because your Allah gives it as a reward to Muslim men in paradise. So are you telling me that your Allah gives HORE as rewards to Muslim men in paradise? And that's when, remember when Henny also came, I said, oh, so Henny, what do you call a man who supplies other men with HOREs?
Yeah.
You call him a PIMP.
Yeah.
You call him a PIMP. I'm like, oh, so your Allah's a PIMP. So anyways, the bottom line is Sam is sitting down saying, why did you call her a hoodie? I'm like, who the hell are you, bro? First of all, they're sitting down and making fun of, why are you calling them ISIS hoodies? I'm like, who the hell are you? You sit down there all day and night, constantly calling everybody's, whoever, just Christians who come up to him on his live and he doesn't like them.
Right.
He will sit down and call them because you're a Shia, your mother's a Shia, this thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, really, you have the audacity to tell me. And I said, I call them that because they support the ISIS.
Right. Yeah. I don't understand. Chris and Ward, are you guys still there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're there? Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. So it looks like if I mute the bottom guys, but I still keep on, if they can hear me, can you guys hear them?
TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm getting some feedback though. I can hear myself.
What? Oh my God, bro. Whatever.
We hear you very well, but
you can hear, but you can hear them on TikTok though, right? Are you getting feedback, Chris?
I'm getting an echo.
See, now they're getting an echo. Are you guys still getting an echo on TikTok?
no.
Yeah, Chris's echo is real bad. Mine is kind of like a delay that I'm hearing myself.
And yeah, I don't. There's literally no reason. Oh, okay. It's not coming out. It's not coming out. You can keep talking, Jay. I don't know if you had any more to the story, but yeah,
No, that's it. So he's backed off. He doesn't say anything, but he, he's still. I mean, every day he keeps on going with David Wood, the R word, the this, that. He's a maniac, dude.
Yeah.
I think he's got some deep-seated hatred for Jews that he just goes after them.
Yeah.
And he thinks that David Wood and AP and everybody are, I don't know what he thinks. Okay, but he has some deep-seated, well, the guy's a nut job, dude. I don't care what he says.
You know,
And says, but he's a nut job, dude.
I was watching a video from him the other day, and I try to watch other Christians. I try to watch their content, even if they're involved, in like controversy or whatever. I just kind of try to ignore it, like whatever. Like I just look at, I listen to the theology of it, and I leave all the other drama crap on the table. Like I don't get involved. I've even commented on X, like, guys, stop asking me to, comment on this crap. I'm not gonna get involved. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But I was watching a video from somebody the other day that it was very like, they started attacking, like as soon as they started attacking other Christians right away because of the beef they were involved in. And I just clicked off the video. And that's something that I encourage all Christians to understand. Like, if you do decide that you want to engage in drama, and you, for whatever reason, decide that you're going to include that in the video that you're making, you're going to lose a lot of people, man. Like, people are going to click off of that crap quick, because I'm one of them. The minute you start, oh, we're going to explain this, whatever. But I tried to work with X, but his ego and not even interested anymore. Like, because you have made it clear that you feel like your drama and your crap is just as important as the theology. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a damn what you feel about those people. What do you have to teach about the Bible? What rebuttal are you going to offer? What arguments are you going to dismantle? If it's not that, I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about anybody else, right? That to me is, you're just losing people. You're losing people. And you look in the comment sections of these people who are involved in this stuff, and Christians are telling them, like, listen, man, I'm if this is what you're going to keep doing, I'm not going to really watch your videos. You're soiling your own ministry for the sake of just of soothing your ego. Like, enough is enough already. But that that's just me, guys. I don't know. Strongman, you're on stage.
Yes. How you doing? You good?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Yeah. So just to respond to the prompt,
Hold on,
why should I trust?
real quick. Strongman. Peace. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
I'm gonna need you to cook on this one.
Oh, what did he say?
He hasn't said anything yet. Go ahead. Why should I trust the Quran and not the Bible? Go
Is
ahead.
he a Muslim?
Yeah, he's Muslim.
Okay, what's up? Yeah, you want to answer the prompt?
Go ahead, Strongman.
Yeah,
It's your turn now. You're gonna speak to Peace. Go ahead.
Yeah, because the Quran says you should, so you need to rebut it.
The Quran says I should? Yeah, so why should I take that? What the Quran says.
Because the Quran claims to be from Allah, from God, right?
That's not what's in question. Why should I trust that?
Yeah, sure. So then you have to do your own scrutiny in terms of the message, in terms of reliability and credibility. So
Okay.
the Quran gives the tests, right? It says
Like what?
if this book was from anyone other than Allah, you would find in it many contradictions. It also gives a challenge to humanity to produce a surah or an ayah like it.
Oh, can you show me? Can we do what point by point?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So go ahead. What's the criteria?
So the criteria number one is Allah says in the Quran that if this book was from anybody other than God, you would find in it many contradictions. Criteria number two is it's giving a challenge to humanity that if you think this book is from anybody other than God, then produce a chapter or an ayah like it, imitate the Quran. We know that the Quran was
Okay,
revealed
wait. Hold on. I said let's do 1 point at a time. You gave me 2 points. The first point is invalid because you're basically saying anything that doesn't have contradictions is from God, and plenty of books don't have contradictions, so that's thrown out the window. Now the second point, I'll grant it to you if you can show me what the criteria of writing of ayah like it is. Show me the criteria.
Sure. Okay. So, in response to point number one, yes, you can find a book without contradictions. I grant you that. I mean, you can literally write a couple of sentences without contradictions, right? It doesn't mean it's from God. But this is a book which was revealed over 23 years. Okay, and the verses were revealed retrospectively, sometimes in responses to answers, sometimes in response to circumstances, etc. And
I said, what is the criteria that was given from the point that you made about creating an ayah like it? Show me.
well, the criteria will be multifaceted, right? So one of the criteria will be, okay, which I was trying to explain before you cut me off, is that the Quran was a revelation revealed 1400 years ago. It was revealed
Okay,
to a
can you
man.
pause again?
Yeah, I just did. Go on.
Okay, so you brought up 2 points. One, that that in the Quran, Allah claims that if this book has any contradiction, that it's not from Allah. Whatever. I already said a book without contradiction doesn't necessitate it being from Allah. The second point you made.
Contradictions.
The
It wasn't
second.
just.
Okay, the second point you made. Okay, you're talking about specific contradictions now. That's not what you said originally. The second point you made was producing an ayah like the Quran. That's a criteria that's proposed that no one can do that. So can you show me what the criteria of what doing that even looks like? What does it take to write something like the Quran? What is the criteria?
Yeah, so I'm giving it to you. You keep cutting me off every time I try to give it to you.
No, you go into the revelation of the Quran and how it's over so many years and yada yada. I said specifically according to what you said about writing an ayah like the Quran. Can we stick to that one point? Can you show me the criteria? What does it mean to write something like the Quran?
Of course, so it's important I give you the preliminary background information, so you understand.
Like, show me. Like, I want to pull it up. Don't just tell me.
You seem to be coming on a bit heavy right now.
Just show me.
On the edge of your seat.
Yeah, because we don't need a monologue.
We don't need a monologue. Just substantiate what she's asking for, bro.
I'm not talking to you though. Is it a 2-on-1 now?
Yeah, it is. Can you just substantiate what she's asking for?
No, because I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her. Unless you want to take over and Peace wants to step aside.
Yeah, actually, go ahead, take over. He's just gonna make you answer my question. Go ahead.
Yeah,
so can you substantiate what she was asking for, or no?
Yeah, so if you're gonna allow him to take over, you can't interrupt Peace, right? Okay.
You can't tell me what to do, but go ahead, take over.
Sure. Okay, so I am substantiating it. Okay, so before I can substantiate it, you need to understand some preliminary background information, which is quite important, right? The Quran and its verses were revealed to a man who was unlettered.
No. That's important to you. Okay, we're gonna pause again and host. If you don't mind, like trying to keep this guy on track for me, because this is about maybe 4th or 5th time I ask him a very precise question about a very specific topic, and he keeps saying, no, it's necessary to give you all this preliminary information and then answer your question. And I don't think that's necessary.
No.
So I'm gonna ask it one more time. He brought up a point about how that no one can write an ayah like the Quran.
Right.
Now, all I'm asking is there a criteria of what it is to write something like the Quran? What is the criteria is my question.
Right,
to write something. So that way I can verify if there's anything else like it, right? Because then he would have a point. If no one's ever written anything like the Quran or an ayah like it, then I would be able to concede. But until I have a criteria, I cannot concede to, no one can write anything like it when you don't even know what like it means.
Right. Do you understand what she's saying?
Okay,
Sharman?
I do understand. Okay, I'll answer it directly. It's not how can I put it? It's multifaceted, right? So one of the ways where you produce a chapter or verse like the Quran is you produce a chapter or verse like the Quran, so the grammar and the linguistic style of the writing supersedes any other writing or style of writing that's in existence today.
Okay, great.
that
So how
language.
can you? Okay, great. So
What the
if
hell was
that's
that?
the case, yeah. Where I didn't actually. That's not what I even asked for. I said, show me where do you get the criteria. Don't just make up a criteria.
Strong, don't lie to me, bro. Did you read that from somewhere? Don't lie to me.
No.
Why you lying, bro?
So this is what I'm trying to say. So this is what I'm trying to say. So for you to understand what I'm saying, you need to allow me to give you the preliminary.
No, hold up.
you
No.
I'm gonna let you, man. I'm gonna let you.
You can't make a claim that Allah proposes some sort of test, right? That shows the divinity of the Quran, that this is the word of Allah, that no one can write an ayah or surah like it.
Okay,
So
look, I'll explain
can you
it to you in
give me
more
the
simpler.
show me the pull up on
I
your
will
screen.
explain it to you in more simpler.
Where do
and
where do I
terms.
find it? In the Quran, in the tafsir, in the sunnah? Like where am I finding this?
Oh no! What do you mean Quran or tafsir? What are you talking about?
Am I gonna go to some sort of like writing to find out where the criteria to writing something like the Quran is?
Do you like to hear your voice? Like every time you're asking a question, can I at least finish talking, please?
I just don't want you to keep talking without showing
I'm not
me
talking.
something.
So I made a point, and I'm sticking to the point. I don't think you understood the point.
You
or you
made a
acted like you
point,
understand.
and I'm
No,
asking you to back up your point with some sort of source.
I am. Now let me simplify the point so you understand it a lot better. Okay, so we have.
No, the point is very simple. No one can make an
Still
ayah
keeps
or surah
interrupting.
like the Quran.
Correct.
Because it's so divine.
Yes,
So can you give me the criteria of what it means to make something like the Quran?
I'm
But
substantiating my
show
claim.
me the criteria. Don't just make one up on your own.
I'm
You're
not
not
making
Allah.
up. I am substantiating the claim. At least allow me to finish my sentence, please.
All right, bro, go ahead.
Sure. Okay. So we have Arabic today spoken in Arab countries and written today. Okay. It's far inferior to the Arabic that was revealed in the Quran 1400 years ago. That's one of the ways you can meet the criteria of the challenge of the Quran, where you write a surah or an ayah like it. That's only one of the ways where the language and the stylistic and the grammar is far inferior to the said language that is competing with
I know,
today.
I'm waiting for him to finish so he doesn't think I'm just talking. So, again, you said far superior. According to what?
Any Arab-speaking person.
So,
you can
according
ask
to
him.
a subjective human,
No, this is
something could be
objective.
superior?
It's
So
okay,
humans,
Jay.
so Arab speakers are objective now?
Okay, is Jay? I think we got Jay in the panel. Is he Arab? Do you want to ask him? Is he Arab?
It doesn't matter. Like, if you could read Arabic, I mean,
he's a
doesn't
Christian
really-
Arab. Christian Arabs will profess that the Arabic in the Quran is far superior than the Arab spoken in Arabic countries.
Okay, how
today.
does superiority equal from Allah? You know what? Let me just cut to the chase.
So you conceded, right?
No, I said, what the hell, bro? Like, how does superiority, which I still don't have to grant you because you have not provided a source for the criteria, but now you have another criteria. You're just giving yourself more things to
I've
prove.
only stuck to one criteria. I said it's multifaceted, right? It's multifaceted. This is one of the facets within the multifaceted.
Can you show
There's
me? Can
many
you
other
stop just
facets.
saying stuff without showing me where you're getting this from? I don't even care if it's if it's a Islamic source. Where are you getting it from?
Because we know that the
Because we know. We don't know, but we know. We know where I got that from.
what do you want me to show you? Do you want me to show you an encyclopedia? Like what do you want me to show you?
I want you to show
witness
me
statements? What do you want me to show you?
an Islamic source that gives us the criteria to writing an ayah or a surah like the Quran.
So the Arabic spoken today, okay, and the linguistic style and the grammar and the rules is taken from the Quranic Arabic. The Quranic Arabic is the master over the Arabic spoken today. No Arabic
How about this?
spoken, taught, or written can
No,
surpass
because
the
you're not
Arabic
giving
of
me
the
my
Quran.
answer. So I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Because you're so like 10 toes on, no one can do this because it's superior and the Arabic and all this stuff has been taken from the Quran. Because you truly believe that no one can do this, if someone was able to do this, does that mean that the Quran is no longer from Allah?
But nobody has been able to do it. That's the point.
If somebody is able,
But nobody has been able to do it.
if do you know what if means?
Okay, so remember what I said to you, that the criteria is multifaceted.
If someone is able to do it.
No, because that's only one of the facets. It doesn't
So
need
if
the-
someone's
need the
able
other
to do it,
facets.
it's still from Allah?
There's still more criterias. We're just going to
because
keep
there's-
giving
there's-
No,
criteria
if
until
somebody
everybody
is
gives
able to
up.
produce, if someone is able to produce an ayah or surah like the Quran, would that disprove what you're saying about no one able to do it?
Bear is tracking, you're not Bear. Do you care to explain to her?
Bear is not tracking you, bro.
This is crazy.
What?
This is crazy. It's because
You're
I'm a
saying
woman.
I'm tracking, dude. I just showed the stupidity of your argument.
Wow.
All I said was you're
You
just
see
going
how
to
you
keep
throw
giving
'em off?
criterias until we give up.
He
That,
really,
that
he
means
really,
you're being deceptive. So you're
See,
agreeing
see,
with
this is the
went
point,
like,
right?
yeah, Bear got it.
So this is the point. Calling something deceptive and calling something stupid doesn't make it
Hey,
deceptive or
listen.
stupid,
I know
right?
you're trying to cling on any
have to give
word
an
you can to run from the argument, but you still can't provide a criteria. The funny thing is that you keep saying there's multiple criterias, but you haven't been able to show me one. You can't even show me one. And then when you just make one up and without any sources, and then I grant you, okay, let's say this criteria is true. This book is divine because no one is allowed to produce anything like it. If someone has produced something like it, would that mean that this claim is false? Meaning this is not the word of Allah.
Of course, yeah. According to the Quran, if you meet the challenge of the Quran, then yes, you have falsified the claim of the Quran.
Okay.
Of course, it means that, yes.
My love, do you mind taking over for a bit? Because I know you have the source. I'm not in front of the computer.
Oh, you're talking about the okay.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna.
do you hold to
just have
hadith?
him follow. Just have him.
Yeah, I'm Hadith, yeah. Sunnah Quran, yeah.
So there's a revelation that Umar got that he actually suggested something and it became a revelation in the Quran, right? Are you familiar
Yeah,
with
sure.
this?
Okay, sure.
Okay, what do you mean sure? So do you agree that he was able to get a revelation?
Can you show the verse?
It's a hadith.
Can you show the hadith?
Okay, are you familiar with it?
I've heard of it. I've heard the argument. I've not seen the hadith.
Maverick, can you pull it up on the screen?
Sure.
The hadith?
Yeah.
I don't remember do you know the number by chance or no?
For which story you talking about?
The Umar revealing, suggesting something to Allah.
Suggest
Or about, yeah.
Yes, my love.
It's also worth noting that the Gospel of Thomas was added in, so Allah decided that the bird story from the Gospel of Thomas was good enough.
Bear, it says in Islamic tradition, there are several well-known instances where Umar ibn al-Khattab suggested specific ideas and Allah, via Jibril, subsequently revealed Quranic verses that perfectly agreed with his suggestions.
Yep. So can you find the hadith so we can read it?
I know.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Let me
Hold on.
see.
Thank you.
Surah Al-Tarim 66:5 was revealed, affirming this. Hang on, I'm trying to look for the hadith number. I don't see it.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
All right.
Hold on.
Sahih
it
al-Bukhari
is-
6830? No, I don't know. Let me see. No, this one's narrated by Ibn Abbas. I used to teach the Quran to some people of the Muhaj.
Okay.
That one?
Bukhari 402.
Oh, Bukhari 402. I wasn't even close. Okay. Sahih Bukhari 402. Prayers.
This is where
the prayer
three
salat.
verses. That's the one.
That's the one?
Yeah, the three prayers. Yeah, you read them all. Yeah.
Okay, here, let me move my big old head out the way. I don't know.
I can read it.
That's right.
You can just you got it on the screen. I'll just read
Yeah,
it.
go
Okay.
ahead. Mm-hmm.
My Lord agreed with me. My Lord agreed with me in three things. One,
Wait, this is
I said, "Oh Allah's Messenger." Yeah, it's Bukhari 402. What are you doing?
Yeah, look. Sahih Bukhari 402. Prayers.
Yeah, it starts off on the top. My Lord agreed with me in 3 things.
But when I click it, this is what comes up. What has been said about facing Kiba. Oh, okay, here we go. It's right here. My bad.
Oh, there. Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, forgive him. He's new.
I'm stupid. I'm new. I'm new here, guys.
Sonar.com.
I'm new here. I'm sorry.
My Lord agreed with me in 3 things. 1, I said, "Oh Allah's Messenger, I wish we took the station of Abraham as our praying place for some of our prayers. So came the divine inspiration, and take you people the station of Abraham as a place of prayer for some of your prayers. Example, 2 rakah for tawaf of the Kaaba." 225, chapter 2, 125.
Let me stop
The second
right there.
thing he
Let me
asked.
stop right there, Jay.
Yeah, okay.
So, Strongman, did a suggestion from Umar, did it become a verse?
Sure.
Huh?
Yeah, sure. If that's what he says, yes.
Okay, so did he produce something like the Quran?
No, because a suggestion doesn't mean that what he suggested orally, verbatim, entered the Quran, right?
Let me continue. You'll get something verbatim.
Allow me to
You'll get
answer.
it.
So again, we're talking about the linguistic and grammatical mastery of the Quran. So
You're asserting
Umar-
that, but you're not substantiating it.
Yeah, actually, let me continue reading it. It'll become better. It'll become much better. Okay. Number 2, and as regards to the verse of veiling of the woman, I said, "Oh Allah's Messenger, I wish you ordered your wives to cover themselves from the man, because good and bad ones talk to them." So the verse of veiling of the woman was revealed. Number 3, once the wives of the Prophet made a united front against the Prophet, and I said to them, "It may be if he, the Prophet, divorced you, or it may be he divorced you, all that his Lord Allah will give him instead of you wives better than you." So this verse, the same as I had said. Let me repeat that. So this verse, the same as I had said, was revealed. 66:5.
Sure. Now, in order to support your argument, okay, you will need to show that what Umar spoke verbatim was verbatim.
That's what it says in the Hadith. That's why he read the whole thing. It says the same as I said. What is it? Does verbatim mean the same as I said?
Can you bring the correlating verse in the Quran to prove it?
Yeah, 66:5.
Hold on, brother.
No. Does verbatim mean the
Wait.
same as I said?
Yeah, like it says the same
or
as I
no?
said. You're asking for verbatim, and Umar is saying he did it verbatim. Unless you're saying
Verbatim is the
Strongman,
same.
if you can let me
Verbatim
finish.
is the same.
Strongman.
Hold on, AJ.
So yes, it's the same, correct?
I got it. It's actually exactly word for word what Umar said.
Yeah. So can you show us instead of saying and
Okay,
claiming it?
so this is it. Perhaps if he were to divorce you, or his Lord would replace you with better wives who are submissive to Allah, faithful to him, devout, repentant, dedicated to worship and fasting, previously married or virgins.
But is that
not
the Quran?
This is the Quran I'm reading,
Okay.
66 verse
Is that
5.
what Umar says in Bukhari?
That's literally what he says.
Can you show us? Because I didn't see that.
Brother, can I take it from here?
Dude, that's
Can I take it from here?
That's how much verbatim it is. You thought the Hadith was the verse that she was.
I know. He's staying the pot.
So there's a
Assalamu alaikum,
correlation in
guys. Can
terms
you
of
hear
the
me?
content.
Yeah, we can hear you, AJ. Hang on, okay? Give us a second.
All right.
Sorry. I was trying to click.
What the hell is that?
Oh no, that's Tiger's playing the.
I can grant you. I can.
Sorry. I was trying to click the words in Arabic. I didn't know who played the.
Yeah, it plays the
Oh,
sound.
no, that's we gotta like.
Bro, I learned that.
bro.
Yeah, I
Holy.
learned that the hard way too, bro. I thought I had a virus on my computer first time I did it.
Hello.
AJ, I said, hold on, brother. I know you can hear me. Hold on. We're having a conversation, and then when we're
Yeah,
done,
but
we'll
I
get to
mean,
you.
with all respect to my Muslim brother, he's doing a great job, but I believe that he's not capable of answering all the answers.
Okay,
Maybe
AJ, but
if you let me.
typically-
He's doing a great job, but he doesn't know what he's talking about.
AJ, typically,
I'll let him take over.
Yeah.
He's not qualified.
AJ, you could show us when it's your turn
Right.
how well you do.
Typically, I'm the one to make those determinations on
That's
my live
crazy.
stream,
He
brother.
ran?
Yeah,
Yo, he made him run, bro. AJ made him
was
run.
out. He said, "Yeah."
This is how they help each other out. They scapegoat.
Holy crap!
Look out for another piece apologetics concession on my channel, guys. I knew that was that. Why do you think I turned it over?
I got like 3 of them.
I know.
All right. Actually, I just
backlog,
was
guys.
visiting. I was
Let me-
calling
let
on
me-
the
let-
YouTube and I saw you guys. I had no plan of joining
Yeah.
this.
So
second
AJ,
of
let
all-
me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let's get back to this. Yeah. Okay. So AJ, quick question for you. Okay, you heard those 3 verses, and you heard that it says that at the same as I said, I asked for it, and that same as I said was revealed. Let me ask you something, AJ.
This guy's gonna have a monologue.
Who? You're gonna go down and chat. You gave up your seat, so sit your ass and chat now. Now, who is the primary causal power for revelations in your religion? Who is the person who puts out edicts and everything that you are supposed to do for all Muslims?
Allah. Only Allah. Not Muhammad.
Only
not
Allah.
Allah first. Yeah.
Right. So
God.
Allah, He predestines everything for you, for his slaves, right? For his people, right?
Well, actually, not for me and not for Muslims. Actually, for all humanity. Because for me, it's Allah.
Okay,
For you,
no
it's
problem.
God. But He's the same God of Jesus and
Oh my
and
God!
Muhammad
Hey, listen,
and Moses
bro.
and Abraham
You know what?
and all of them.
Are you going to come to my door and start singing carols about Allah now? So don't go into
No,
something else,
let's-
okay? Now listen to what.
Yeah,
Listen to me.
it's God.
Shh,
It's
listen to me.
Hold
Don't get distracted.
hold on,
Don't
Jay,
get
hold on,
distracted.
Jay.
Don't get
I
distracted.
muted him, Jay. Hold on. AJ, I want you now. You waited all this time, brother. So do me a favor. Answer questions directly, and that's it, brother. We don't need a yes or no, whatever, and then you're going into Muslim dogma, which, in case you haven't noticed, pisses us off because it doesn't work on us, bro. It doesn't work on us. It's never going to work on us. Glory be to God. We are followers of the true God, Jesus Christ. So stop trying to sneak your little things in there, okay? No one cares about that crap. Just answer Jay's questions, or we can move on, okay?
First, if you're gonna call my religion a crap, then you have a lot of things coming your way, buddy. So you better watch out.
Then send it. I don't bet or nothing because I ain't afraid of you or nobody else.
Same here.
So what the hell are you gonna do?
So, all right. Yeah. All
Exactly.
right.
Shut
So
the hell up.
let's go. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to go. You agreed that Allah predestines it for all of humanity, right? You
Yes.
said all of
Yes.
humanity. Okay, great. Now, here the verse says that Umar asked Allah to do this, asked for a revelation, and then Allah listened to him, and then He sent it down. So, is Allah following Umar, or is Umar supposed to be following? Which comes first, his revelation, or because he heard and he got a request from Umar, he sent it down?
All right. Now it came in 4 incidents, not 3.
Oh, great.
That's the
So
first
4
answer.
times Allah had to hear somebody else.
No, you
4
want to
times
listen to
somebody
my
else
answer?
told it. Right. So 4 times somebody else asked Allah this, and then Allah sent it down. Correct?
No, not in your narrative. Let me say
Okay.
it.
It says.
I mean, before I answer the question, are we debating this to get to know more about Islam and how Muslims think, or
No,
are
no,
you
just-
after
for the truth.
debating the fact that Islam is false and it's not a true
I'm
religion?
debating
Just
for the
so I
truth.
can know how to answer.
Right. I'm debating for the truth. It says here that Umar, has asked Allah for these 3 in here. You said there are 4. You're right. In some scenarios, there are 4. But let's go with 3, 4. I don't care. But the point is, Umar is asking Allah or asking for these revelations, and then those revelations come. Now, earlier you told me that Allah is the one who predestines everything.
Yes.
For humans. But here,
Yes.
Umar has asked him, and then Allah sent it. So he is not the primary cause of power in here. He's not the
so
originator.
to answer the
of it.
question, all right? It came in 4 locations in the Quran, and it's not 3. The first one was the suggestion of praying. It's in Surah Al-Baqarah 125, verse 125.
Brother,
And
I
it
don't
was
care
a
about that stuff. Do you understand what
Man,
I'm saying? I'm not contending. I'm not contending.
If you want,
listen.
if you want to ask the question your way, let me answer the question my way. We have people on the audience that also they are intrigued and they want to know, right? So let me answer the question the way that serves everyone listening to us. All right. So it came in 4 places. However, it was not addressed directly by Omar to Allah. All of these 4 incidents happened while Omar and the rest of the people around the Prophet Muhammad, they were like in real life situations. One of them was related to the prayer destination. The second one was related to the hijab. The third one was one of the battles and what they're going to do with the people that they took captive. And the fourth one was for prayer, Muslim prayers on the non-Muslims who died. And Omar, back then, as an Arab living in the desert, he was a wise guy. So what he said among all the Sahaba
Sorry,
and the Prophet,
Hey,
that
Jay,
let's
he's
do
not.
this,
Hey, Jay,
let's
are you
do
still
that.
there? Can you hear me?
There was also
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, he's hang on there because the TikTok live studio crashed again. Let me see. I can't
It was
see
not
anything and it's
directly from Omar to
frozen.
Allah. It was a
Invite.
suggestion. And
Damn
since
it.
God is everywhere,
AJ,
he said,
he's
that's
not
a wise guy.
AJ, he's not there. You have to wait for me to get him back.
Oh, okay. The guy's not there. Oh, okay. Okay.
TikTok crashed.
You know what's weird, Chris? I can hear a massive echo from you, but I don't hear one from AJ. Word, can you say something?
Hey, Shalom, we still here.
All right, yeah.
I'm still getting that that delay. Oh, it just stopped. It just stopped.
You know what's funny about that? It stopped right after I closed out TikTok Live Studio. That's crazy.
Yeah, you've been having problems with that.
And the thing about it is, it's not like I can do anything else either. You know what I mean? Like, I can use something else. I'm thinking about trying to see if I can just stream directly from something else. And then, but yeah, that's going to be, so then I got to be on my phone with another account, with a modded account. Like, you know what I mean? So, just such a pain for no reason, man. And I can't stand that.
What was the hadith we were just reading? Or reviewing?
I think it was 402. Sahih al-Bukhari 402. All right, let's do it again. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know. Settings. Save. All right, guys. So we're back. Hopefully everybody comes back.
Oh, you know what? Oops. It was al-Bukhari, right?
Yeah, Sahih al-Bukhari.
402, okay.
Yeah, because this one only has three times.
All right, Jay's back. Thank God.
Okay, so did I answer your questions, guys?
Okay, I'm back. All right. No, you did not. The question was, in Islam, only Allah is the primary cause of power. He's the originator of everything. He is the one who effectively sends all your destiny to you, your qadr. Okay?
Yeah.
It's all him doing it. Nobody else dictates to him. And then he does
into
things.
that. Yep.
Right. Great. You got a problem now to that. Amen. In Bukhari 402, Umar has made, in your case, you're saying 4.
We say
Bukhari
amen in
402,
Islam too,
3.
by the way.
Yeah.
We say it 5 times a day.
Bro, can you
Amen.
hello? Can you pay attention to what we're talking about instead of getting like distracted, please? Okay, because I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's evident that you're not listening to me. This is the 4th time I'm repeating
I'm
this.
listening to you, but you can't imagine that you're talking with a person with a high IQ. I can see where your question is going, but I'm gonna hear you anyway. So go ahead.
You're so high IQ. You're so high IQ that you never even answered my stuff. Okay, so this is what it is.
I did, but you weren't here. But let's go again.
Okay, great. Everybody, I will give $1,000 if this guy will actually answer and understand what I just said. Go. Tell me, Steelman, what I said.
All right. So what you were saying, or what you're trying to say, is that since Allah or God is all-knowing, why would you listen to Omar? And since he knows everything that's gonna happen to our lives, doesn't that mean that if Omar is telling to Allah what to do, then it means that the Quran is not true? Is that what you were trying to say?
No.
Right?
Well, it means that it's not
No,
timeless because
no. What I was saying is that if your Allah is the primary causal power, He is the originator of all. In this hadith, when Umar tells him to do something and then he does it, that means it's Umar who is the originator of that request, of that revelation. It's not your Allah. So that means Umar is now the originator and the causal power in this scenario.
All right.
If that is so, that means your Allah is no longer God. Someone else has dictated to him what to do. And he heard that. Upon hearing that, then he goes and does it. According to your qadar, it's all predestination. Your Allah doesn't wait for anybody to say anything. He's all-knowing. He already knows it, and he already sends things.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hey, brother, my
All right,
Muslim
so
brother,
can I answer?
I just respectfully, you're doing very good, but you're not qualified for these answers. So let me, as a mufassir, let me
Me?
answer J49er, please. Okay, J49er. J49er,
I
just
heard-
let you
I
know,
heard
as a
your
Muslim
question
mufassir,
loud and clear.
I just want to let you know that this was another wahi given to Umar, and Umar is also another prophet, along with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we honor him as a prophet as well. That's the answer.
What?
You're cooked.
Okay.
You are cooked.
But we still have a
That
problem,
is
Bear.
bid'ah. That is bid'ah.
But you still have the problem of Umar
I
dictating it as a
I
prophet.
can't see who's talking, but just to make things clear, the guy who just said that Omar is a prophet? Who are you, man? Are you like Muslim?
I'm a Muslim,
What's
Habibi.
your
What are you
religion?
talking about? I'm a Muslim.
You're a Muslim.
You don't. You need to talk to your imam. Like you need to go to the masjid, and he will explain
Well, actually,
how Umar
it's
received the
1:30
wahi.
it's 12:30 where I am, and I
okay.
was scrolling YouTube, but I'm based in Mecca. So once you come to
Okay.
Mecca, just
Then
let me
you
know.
yes,
And
yes, I did. Yes. No worries.
yeah,
So you
so
gotta go talk to somebody at the masjid. They will affirm what I'm saying. Like this is true, Habibi. You gotta
actually
go
no,
study.
I read the Quran every day, so I don't need. I'm Word of God, so I don't need you, God, man. So if you're ready to listen to my answer, I'm here.
I've been listening to your
Yeah,
answer, Habibi. You've been waffling, and you're not answering it correctly. Just letting you know.
Habibi, I did not have the chance to answer. Yeah.
Okay. So was Umar the originator and the causal power, or is Allah the originator and causal power under your qadar?
Okay. So now, before I start answering, God and Allah is the same because He's the God of Abraham, Moses, and everyone. So let's now
Lie.
call it God. All
Lie.
right. No.
Lie.
All right. Okay. Okay. Show some respect because I did not respect any of you guys'
Dude,
point
I
of view.
don't have an obligation to respect your lie.
All right.
It's okay. Don't get
All right.
let him. Just get to a point where he can answer my question. He can call
All right.
his whatever he wants to say. It's fine. Just answer my bloody
Thank you.
question.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So what happened when Omar said all of those, let's say, revelations, if you want to call them, he was not talking directly to Allah. He was not. Those were those ayahs or surahs from the Quran were based on daily life situations. If you read the Quran, if any one of you did, I don't think that you did, but most of the stories and the narratives are based in day in life, situations. So in those 4 incidents, not 3, those happened while Muhammad, Omar, and the rest of the Sahaba, they were going through day in life situations. Like, for example, praying in Kaaba for Abraham as the main Qibla, or the hijab, or how to deal with captives after Muslim wars, etc., etc. So Omar and the rest of the Sahaba, they were like doing those
when we take the
suggestions to
wives of
Muhammad.
other captives for ourselves. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one, Habibi. I like that one a lot.
I did not say anything about captives' wife. I was thinking about the guys who are captives. Shall we kill them? Shall we
Yeah,
keep
we can
them?
take their wives
You know.
for ourselves. That's what Muhammad allowed us to do, Habibi. Respectfully. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Kidnapping
Man,
makes rape okay.
I can almost swear that you're not a Muslim, but just for the sake of debate, you are. Anyways, so those incidents, and since Allah or God is everywhere and listens to everyone, in order for the Muslims not to debate with them themselves and to have a final say and a final judgment, this came in an ayah, in a revelation from God.
So
to
Allah
say,
heard
okay,
him.
Allah hears
So
everyone.
Allah heard him.
Allah is hearing
right.
me and you now.
Okay, great. All right. So then after he hears, he revealed those verses.
Yeah, those verses came after this debate happened between Omar, Muhammad, and the rest of the Sahaba back then in this situation.
Great. Remember, you said you're a high IQ, right? So now it's obvious that you didn't understand what I was saying anyway. So now now you just said that Allah heard Umar, and upon hearing Umar's request, then he revealed those verses. Who was the originator of that request?
It was not a request, man. It was a debate based on the situation that happened.
Who was the originator of that request? Because it says here, my Lord agreed with me in three things. I said, "Oh Allah's Messenger, I wish we took the station of Abraham as our praying place." So came the divine inspiration. After he asked, he told Muhammad, "I wish our God did that." Then came the divine inspiration, and then take the people, the station of Abraham, as a place of prayer. Then the second one he asked, he says, and I, as in regards to the verse of veiling of the woman, I said, "Oh Allah's Messenger, I wish you ordered your wives to cover themselves from men, because good and bad ones talk to them." After he asked that, so the verse of veiling of the woman was revealed. After he's made that request. And then the third one, which is the final one in this hadith. In this hadith, it was only three. Once the wives of the prophet, it says, made a united front against the prophet. And I said to them, it may be if he, the prophet, divorced you, and that his Lord, Allah, will give him instead of you wives better than you. And then it says, so the verse, the same as I had said, was revealed 66:5. So it comes after him. So he makes these three requests. He says, I hope this, wish, request, whatever you want to call it. He's telling Muhammad that this should be in place. And bam, Muhammad says, oh, I just got a revelation that said the exact thing the man was requesting for.
Well,
So,
I mean, for the first one, it's praying for Abraham, where in the Kaaba, when the Islam first was revealed, Muslims were praying for Allah.
Who was the originator of that revelation?
Okay,
Who was
now
the one who came up with it?
imagine me coming to you, I'm asking you something about Jesus' life, and I want to sum it up in one answer.
Who was the originator of the verses? Who was the originator of the revelation?
God.
Who was the originator of the request?
God.
But here it says Umar said it. If it was God, then why did it come after Umar's request?
Exactly. Now, if you let me answer, I will tell you, but you're not letting me answer.
What do you mean exactly? Did Umar was he the originator of that request?
It was God that gave the revelation in the Quran. But when it happened because of a debate. The debate was when Islam was first revealed, Muslims were praying, and the main Qibla was Al-Aqsa Mosque
Who was the
in
originator
Jerusalem.
of the request? Who was the originator of that request?
It was not a
Who
request,
said
it was a debate amongst Muslims, including the Prophet Muhammad.
And what did
it was
And what was asked in that debate? What did Umar say that should come down? What ruling should come down? What revelation should come down? What did Umar say?
Omar, and none of us here on the call, on all the humans, they can't ask Allah for direct revelation. The only one who did that was Moses.
What did Umar say?
That's it.
What did Umar say? Didn't
Omar
tell Muhammad that
did
Allah
not
should do
say,
this?
not a
Did
single
Umar-
human can tell God what to say. We agree on that, right?
You got, you know what, bro? You got the IQ of a doorknob. Thank you for coming. Your Umar is your
All
God.
right.
Okay?
All right.
Have a nice day.
Wait
Get
up.
out of here.
AJ said, oh man, I wish you left more. He said that the revelation came from the Quran that made Umar pose this question. But this hadith here says that he posed the question, he made the request, then the revelation came.
He
I
also
don't know if
said
you
that
caught that he said that.
he was in Al-Aqsa Mosque, which didn't exist when the Quran was
Which
being
I don't care
revealed.
about. Yeah, that's true. Let me show you guys something. Okay, this is actually one of the verses we bring on predestination. It's pretty airtight. I'm going to show you something here on predestination, and I'm going to show you there are 4 pillars of qadar. Okay, that's predestination. Among the 6 Sunni principles are there. The 6th one is qadar, predestination. Okay, let me open up my camera. Let me show you this thing, guys. You can see it. And if I can get big screen, that'll be great. Okay. So now, what we have here is Tawheed al-Rubaiyya. This is part of your Tawheed. Tawheed al-Rubaiyya is the belief that Allah is alone. Okay, that He is the creator and the owner and the manager and the provider of everything. So there are 4 pillars in Qadar. He's the creator, He's the owner, He's the manager, and He's the sustainer of everything. Now, these are the 4 pillars in Sunni. This is only Sunni Islam. Okay. Al-Amin means Allah knows everything. Al-Kitab means Allah wrote everything in the preserved tablet 50,000 years before creation. Al-Masiha means nothing happens unless Allah wills it. Al-Khalaq, that means Allah creates all things, including human actions. So essentially, you have no free will. It's all predestined from Him. In that hadith now, you have Umar being the originator of all this stuff. This is not Allah wrote it 50,000 years before. This is Umar making a request. And he says, upon making my request, then these divine inspirations are coming. And some of them are coming exactly the same as he said. So it's Allah who's picking out Umar's words and bringing it into reality. So that means Allah is no longer, Tawheed is broken. Allah is no longer the sole creator out there of everything. He's not the sole causal and the primary causal power. Now, we don't have that issue with Christianity because in Christianity, God allows us to be secondary causal powers. Therefore, we have free will. They don't have a secondary causal power. In their Qadar rules, Allah is it. He does everything. It's His will. He controls your desires, your will, your actions. All of it comes from Him. You are not the causal power of any of it. So, that's what I was trying to get to him, and it was like at a point I understood that he's just another.
The other example I like is actually the example of the Gospel of Thomas, because it talks about Jesus sitting by the stream, making clay birds, blowing into them and setting them free, blowing life into them, which the Quran took. So Allah again confirms a human author's story, and says it's good enough to go into the Quran. Is Allah not a good enough judge to say what is suitable for the Quran? A human story.
I was about to hand him over to Bear, but Bear dropped.
Yeah, Bear dropped.
I was like, you know what? Let him have it.
Yeah, he was an interesting individual. Yeah, guys.
Bro, they straightforward stuff they don't know, dude. I mean, it's just simple logical thing. I broke it down so like a 4th grader would understand it.
Well, they can't. They can't understand it. 1 Corinthians 2:14. Remember, Jay. They're just never going to be able to understand. You know what I mean? Not unless they really, really. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, it was. We did have a bunch of requests over on TikTok, but I guess they didn't want to wait, and it works out either way, guys. Yeah, I don't know. As we are talking about this, I don't know what the hell's going on. When I first started integrating the YouTube guests with the TikTok guests, we didn't have all these issues, and I've never changed anything. And as time goes on, more and more issues are occurring. But what's even crazier is that TikTok Live Studio is crashing to the point where it doesn't just crash, right? Or it doesn't just freeze. What ends up happening is all my monitors go black. So when this is happening, guys, I literally can do nothing because all my monitors are black. And then I have to wait until they come back on, which they do. And then I have to look and see and pray that it didn't disconnect the TikTok Live, which a lot of times it does. And it starts by dropping all the guests that I have. So I don't know why it continues to happen. Also, I used to set up sound profiles. Like, for example, Chris and Word of the Way sound absolutely atrocious right now. I'm setting up all the sound profiles, and sometimes it listens to me, sometimes it doesn't. Like, they're supposed to be coming out of one sound fader, but they're coming out of two, despite the fact that it's not assigned to that second sound fader. Then I'm muting things in Windows Sounds, and then it sounds okay, but then certain people can't hear. It's just like it's a mess right now, and it's driving me up the wall because I'm not giving up Video Ninja. I'm gonna I don't know if there's something else I can use. I'm gonna investigate it because it's kind of getting crazy. And then I also got to find out why the hell TikTok Live Studio keeps crashing, because there's nothing going on. Like, I've used every encoder I can use, and it still keeps doing it. I've used the software codecs. I've used the hardware codecs. I've used the hardware codecs for Intel, the hardware codecs for. Believe me when I tell you guys, I know how to troubleshoot. I know how to troubleshoot this stuff. I've been doing it for 15 years. What were you gonna say, Chris?
I have a problem when TikTok is open sometimes if I'm using TikTok and Chrome for viewing the YouTube side, that it crashes. But if I open TikTok in Edge or in Mozilla and the YouTube stuff in Chrome, then it doesn't crash.
It might be something like that, because I can also attest to the fact that Google Chrome causes a lot of instability in people's systems when it uses graphics acceleration. And like, I'm turning it off right now and praying to God that it's that simple. I don't see how it would be, because I mean, it could be. I don't know. It could be. I don't need graphics acceleration turned on in Chrome. Like, there's nothing that graphics acceleration does for me in Chrome. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just turn that off, and I'm gonna do one thing at a time, guys. I don't want to shotgun it, because if I find the culprit through a bunch of different solutions, I'm not gonna know which one of those things actually fixed the issue, right? RAM Map is a free program to clean up your PC memory. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Thank you, Pure Stone. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I've never heard of it, but I will definitely look into it. And it might be something as simple as that. It might be something as simple as, the fact that I have Google Chrome open on the bottom monitor, and the bottom monitor is connected to the computer through the iGPU, because the HDMI cord on my graphics card is connected to the capture card, which goes to my streaming PC. Guys, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But it didn't, like I said, that does not explain the sound issues, right? So that's another thing that's irritating the hell out of me, because I've never had these issues before, and now all of a sudden we're having it. But we'll figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out. You guys know that the enemy will do whatever he can to try to keep the ministries of God from succeeding. But as you can see, no matter what, we're powering through. I'm really sorry for those of you who we lost during the first stream, but at least we're losing on TikTok. YouTube, everything else is going strong. Everything else is fine. And guys, normal everyday usage of my computer while I'm editing, playing games, whatever, this never happens. This only happens when TikTok Live Studio is open. When I'm doing videos, okay, I'm recording, I have OBS Studio open, I have DaVinci Resolve open, I have CapCut open, I have web browsers open, I have File Explorer open. There's no freezes. There's no nothing. I have 128 gigabytes of RAM clocked at 5,000 megahertz in this computer. I have a Core i9 13900K with an MSI RTX 4090 with 8 terabytes of SSD storage. Believe me when I tell you, it's not a system issue. It's not a hardware issue.
No.
Not even close. So
No, that's good hardware.
yeah, so it's not that. I you know, at least if it was, we could kind of see, but no, it's not. And I know the TikTok Live Studio is a memory hog, but it's not taking up 120. Yeah, how much? I can tell you guys right now. How much? Let's see, performance. Let's go to memory. Okay, right now with everything running, I have 96 gigabytes of RAM available. So, yeah, 30 gigs is in use, and I'm wondering how much of that is let me see, graph summary review. No, I'm wondering how much of that is TikTok Live Studio. TikTok Live Studio, it says it's taking up. Damn, see, look at that, guys. TikTok Live Studio by itself takes up 2 gigabytes of memory. 2 gigabytes of memory by itself. So that, I mean, that's a lot. It's not, I mean, it's not, you know, close to what I have, but that's a lot of memory. Other, you know, unless it's a video game or something, usually you don't see that much memory being taken out.
You try have you tried a test run using a AMD Ryzen build as opposed to Intel? Maybe that might be a smoother experience for you.
No, but only because I'm not going to spend another $5,000 right now rebuilding a computer just to see if it works better. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd have to
I don't
replace.
think that would be necessary.
No, yeah, but then I'd have a Core i9 just sitting there doing nothing. And again, this is a recent issue. This isn't like I'm gonna try upgrading my BIOS, see if that does anything. I updated my BIOS a couple months ago. I'm gonna see if that's an issue with it. But these issues are there. You could tell they're Windows specific. Like right now, you're talking, and again, it's coming out through 2 sound faders. That's not gonna have anything to do with the process with the CPU. That's a Windows issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's if it were up to me, guys, I wouldn't even have Windows on my computers. I would have Linux on all of my computers. I'd have Fedora workstation on all 3 of these bad boys and call it a day. Because believe me when I tell you, but there's just too many things, right? The native software for the Stream Decks wouldn't work. TikTok Live Studio I wouldn't be able to run. CapCut Desktop I wouldn't be able to run. I'd lose access to too much stuff, and that's the unfortunate drawback. Yeah. You know, my gaming laptop is running Bazite. And my handhelds obviously are running SteamOS and Bazite. My daughter's laptop is running Linux Mint. My other daughter's gaming desktop is running Linux Mint. They play all their games. They do all their schoolwork. They love it. I hate Windows with a burning passion, but I'm stuck, guys. I am stuck. At the end of the day, guys, there was a great stream. Thank you all so much. Thank you to Jay, Peace, Bear, Harvest, Dom. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, George. Word is the way. Chris Oki. Yeah, we're gonna be troubleshooting a lot of this stuff and praying to God we can get it. At least Video Ninja, I can test. I can troubleshoot, and I don't have to be live for that. TikTok Live Studio. It is what it is. I think it may be a graphics acceleration conflict between maybe Google Chrome and TikTok Live Studio. We'll see, guys. It is an issue, and it has to do with TikTok Live Studio. We'll just have to figure out what it is. Other than that, guys, I got to get ready for work. So thank you guys so much, man. I love you guys. Be safe, be good, be blessed. I'll see you guys when I see you. Remember that Jesus is King and the only way to heaven. Have a good one, guys.